Alright, guys, we are live and we have the finals tonight. I am hyped for the Age of Mythology Summer Tournament Finals. Joe versus Shelty. It's been about 2 months of casting these games, and finally we are down to the very end. And man, I'm excited. This should be a great series for you guys. So it is a best of 7. These are recorded games, unlike yesterday. If you happen to tune in, I won't have to stream a stream. I have all of the recorded games. Hopefully we have 7 of them to watch, because that would be awesome. So yeah, guys, I'm pretty pumped. I hope you guys are too. This is going to be great. This is probably one of the best tournaments that I can remember, like streaming and watching, just because of how players have to change their gods and everything. So this is going to be awesome. So we already know the brackets. These are the finals. Does it really matter how they got here? I don't think it does. So I am just going to forego all of that and go right into our recorded games. It is 10 o'clock on a Sunday night for me. So I hope all of you guys are ready live and watching. And for those of you watching later on Twitch or YouTube, I appreciate all of you guys. So I think we are ready to go here. I just need to touch a few last things on my screen. Hit Alt plus Enter and make sure it's good. I think I got my mic on. I had it turned off a little bit ago, and I think I've got that squared away, so we should be good to go. Looks like it. Minimize this and let's make sure. Yep, mic is there, audio is there, and we are ready to go. If anything is goofy in the chat, let me know. And we will get right into this. So, okay, so Shelty primarily Norse, but he plays some decent Egyptian, and Joe primarily Egyptian. Let's see what we got for you guys. We're gonna go into game number 1, Joe versus Shelty. This is the finals, and we are Isis v Isis on Anatolia. Isis v Isis on Anatolia. Joe picked this map against his previous opponent, so I would assume this is Joe's map, and he really kind of played pretty well against Hero in this map. So we've got Isis v Isis, though. You have to sleep because of school, and you'll watch the recorded game. That's okay. So Isis. So we've got Joe. Actually is in the blue color. Hopefully he's blue all night to keep things simple. So we've got Joe on the bottom. What do I think of Chinese? I never played the Chinese. And we've got Joe blue, Isis, and we have Shelty red as also Isis. So we're starting off this series with a mirror match on Anatolia. We'll see how Shelty's able to do. He normally, if he does play Egyptian, he usually goes set. I'm not quite sure how he is with Isis. Joe is really good against Isis. That was kind of the first god that he actually got good with. So I definitely give Joe the advantage in this map and this matchup. But we'll see. Shelty's obviously good. We're in the finals here, so we'll see what Shelty can do. Maybe Shelty can beat Joe at his own game. And yes, this is the final. Just remember, for those of you who maybe saw it earlier, please try to leave all spoilers out. That would be awesome. What kind of relic we got right here? Heroes do more damage to myth units. This is actually not a bad relic. Where is the other one? Is it MIA? There should be a second one, but I don't see it. The second one appears to be MIA, so this is the only relic, unless I can't see it. But we do have Shelty docking on the bottom. And actually, Joe docked on the bottom as well, so they'll probably end up sending another Villi up to the top and start docking up here pretty soon. Yeah, it isn't a bad relic at all, especially like in Egyptian v Egyptian, where you can have, Ancestors Eclipse in this matchup, along with Scorpions and Sphinx. That can come quite be very useful, actually. We'll see if either player really values it enough to pick it up. They'd have to send their pharaoh down there and grab it, and I don't know if they'll be doing that. We do have both players hunting from their boar as well, and I don't know what Joe's doing with his villies. Looked like he was trying to reassign them, and oh, here's the other relic. He picked it up. It improves line of sight for all buildings to the head of Orpheus. That's also, line of sight is kind of an underappreciated aspect of the game sometimes, and this is actually not a bad relic either. Probably prefer that one, the hero one, but it's not bad at all. We'll probably see some pretty slow advance times to classical age, probably 530-ish or so, and then both players would likely try to kind of briskly go age 3 with just a few like defensive cabinets on the water. And we have Joe is the first to come and dock on the top, and it looks like Shelty is sending his Villi up now as well. So okay, powering the wood, 4 vills on wood, 4 on wood here, but Shelty is instead empowering the food and mining on the mining camp. Kind of built it on the wrong side of the gold mine, but I think that tower is maybe slightly in the way of trying to get them in between the gold mine and the mining camp there. One thing too, Shelty's forward town center is pretty far forward. Joe's is a little bit more to kind of the side, but this is a pretty forward town center placement right here. All the gold mines, there's one kind of like equally in between, and the rest are over on this side. So really, even you grab this town center or Joe grabs this one, doesn't really protect an additional gold mine. So kind of interesting. I like it. The town centers are kind of over here, and most of the gold is on the opposite side. Each player does have 2 starting gold mines in their base for 6,000 total. Joe is aging up maybe soon-ish, probably after. Yep, he'll be aging up right about 515. And Shelty will be aging up slightly slower. Will he make another Vil or age up now? Okay, little idle town center time here, but not too bad. Bast, yeah, that's pretty standard. Joe dropping off that relic for more line of sight. It gets, what is it? Plus 8 line of sight. That's quite a bit, actually. 8 line of sight. I mean, just look how much line of sight like this obelisk has with that. It's actually pretty substantial. And then if you combine it with signal fires and carrier pigeons, then you got like the whole map scout with like 2 obelisks. It's standard for the Egyptians to be putting docks on each pack of fish. Joe will probably send one, yeah, and build one back there. Unfortunately, on Anatolia, is defender's advantage when it comes to fighting on the water because of the docks that can shoot, and for Egyptians are so cheap. So we'll probably see, it looks like, okay, monument for Joe. Shelty better not forget his. Oh, here is Shelty's as well, so that's good. Hate to forget your monument and then try to build a big doll. It doesn't quite work that way. Alright, so Joe up slightly faster. We'll see, is he making many cabinets? Any at all? Or is he just getting, yep, per sign first? And Shelty probably will be doing about the same thing. Yep, per sign as well. Yeah, I mean, if he got a lighthouse with all the line of sight upgrades, it would be quite the line of sight. Neither player might even, they might not even make a cabinet, actually. We'll see if they do. Probably worth it to like at least do one, because you'll probably make them in heroic age anyway. Maybe just to, okay, so here's Joe making a cabinet, and making a few cabinet actually, and now Shelty is making a cabinet on the bottom but nothing on the top. So far on the top they are just kind of being very peaceful, and Joe shows up and immediately kind of runs away. And this is why, even if you don't actually win the water, I mean, just showing up does get him slightly ahead in the fishing boat count, because now Shelty has to have a couple idle, and he is trying to fish again, and again is finding himself just a little bit harassed. Is anyone aging up yet? Not yet. Not yet. Shelty's pretty much got all the resources. Joe almost does. He's a little bit behind in gold. Looks like he'll be casting Prosperity soon. He does have Pickaxe and Hand Axe. Yeah, here comes Prosperity. So Prosperity in for Joe. Shelty probably will be doing it soon. He's with the way his mining camp is, though, he'll not quite get as much of a benefit from Prosperity, because the building your camp on the short side of the mine kind of results in what we have here, which is some pretty poor walking time, as opposed to Joe, where you can see you can cramp so much more closely. And Joe has a few more cabinets, and oh, Joe is getting that other relic as well. He actually researched the priest technology to get it. This is typical Isis, is just kind of not a whole lot going on. And Shelty is aging up about 20 seconds or so faster than Joe. I don't know if it'll really matter. This line of sight from this obelisk is just crazy with that relic. Like, just these two relics essentially gives Joe, like, except for right here, which, I mean, be kind of very coincidental if Shelty were to move right in between, but Joe can pretty much, like, see the entire front of the map with these two sets of obelisks here. Kind of look like, Alright, so he's got that relic as well. Improved myth units, and we might, once we see heroic get reached, we might start seeing a little bit more of some water battles going on. We've got the Leviathan as well, kind of the free myth unit out of the advance. Oh, Joe needs to be careful though. He knows this is all here, and he doesn't want to go too far forward, because Joe, okay, using Ancestor's Eclipse, but Shelty's got a ton of units to defend. This will slow Shelty's build down a little bit, but Shelty might be able to get more value out of a slightly later Ancestor's Eclipse, maybe. Though that does allow Joe also to get the offensive on the water, and he gets the Leviathan, which that's additional 12 attack on the Leviathan. That is a lot. So Ancestor's Eclipse on land has been dealt with, but Joe is kind of easily winning on the bottom here so far. Leviathan, yeah, man, 12 attack and 1,000 hit points on that bad boy too. It lives forever. And Joe actually, because he's going so hard on water, doesn't have anything on land. And because of that, he is just doing a Migdal in his base, which isn't the end of the world. He's still got, what, 2,700 gold in that starting gold mine there. And as hard as Joe is going on the bottom, Shelty does not want to lose the top. So, kind of a trade-off here, where Joe will take the water pretty easily on the bottom, but he's also giving up map control for now. So he's kind of gambling that the eco advantage he'll get by winning water on the bottom will be strong enough to where once he is running out of his initial gold mine, that he'll be able to push out and take control of the center. And Shelty might actually maybe consider grabbing this town center as well, just to kind of get firm control of this side of the map. And we'll see what Shelty does. He still does have the Ancestor's Eclipse, but I think he should kind of value this sea a little bit more than what he's doing. He does not want to lose both sides of the water, because he can't really attack anywhere. What do we got here? A siege workshop. Okay. Oh, maybe pick off that Villi? No. I think it's actually that the relic saved that Vil, because Joe is able to see from so far away with the line of sight of his lumber camp there. And Shelty is trying to fight back on the water. I don't know why he built a siege boat, though. Kind of a waste of resources. Yeah. Losing both sides of the water is tough. Joe will probably have enough gold to get his town center. And if he's really hurting for gold, he can also sell gold. I'm actually surprised that Shelty isn't coming up here. Does he know where Joe's gold? He does know that's where Joe's gold mine is. Shelty could actually sit up on this wood line here and harass the Villies. Let's be careful not to lose that siege tower, though. Well, it looks like he will. Maybe. Oh man, he could be shooting. Keep your archers busy. What kind of... See, and even at this point, with the 3 priest upgrades, I don't think Shelty will get much out of his Ancestor's Eclipse. He did grab a town center, and he's going to grab the other one that's forward as well. So Shelty's going to get 2 forward town centers. Joe, meanwhile, has his 2nd fish upgrade and is grabbing his other town center. We've got... how much left on that gold mine? 1,000 gold left. And Joe has pretty much nothing in the bank. Well, 300 gold. So Joe will probably have enough to get that town center and probably even get fortified town centers. Shelty could actually do a lot of pick and run right now with his army composition. Man, that Scorpion man just like immediately died. And Shelty, yeah, should value probably targeting the priest, but Joe is a very slow army, and all of his elephants can get picked off by these chariots. In fact, these chariots should kind of turn and shoot at these elephants. And he's got one pretty low hit points, and we'll kill another one. The one bad thing with the elephants, they tank a ton of damage. They're not exactly useful. In fights against mobile units, they have decent attack, but the problem is actually like getting to a target. So actually this fight is going really well for Shelty. He's cleaned up 4 elephants and really has barely lost any units. And Joe is going up Osiris. I'm not sure that's the right thing to do, actually. That's 2,000 resources for Son of Osiris and a mummy. And in Egyptian mirrors, Son of Osiris doesn't give a ton of value. These siege towers are basically just like a meat shield. And now we have Ancestor's Eclipse being used. Probably... okay, didn't really need it, but it will help. And Shelty just needs to make sure that Joe doesn't sneak over to some gold. And I think Shelty, Eon thinks that Shelty's ahead, and I would agree with that. Mainly because the 2k resources into Osiris, I don't think Joe gets much value out of that. Because we can see he doesn't have an army because he doesn't have much eco. He only has 290 gold. I mean, if he has full... I don't think he gets... I think aging up is a mistake. But Shelty needs to be careful. He is going really far forward. But still, he's got... Joe doesn't have an army. Joe is up. He will get his pharaoh out and a mummy. Try to get that mummy on one of these elephants. Becomes kind of gangsta walking over here. Okay. An elephant insta-killed. Villy's probably going down. Why doesn't Son of Osiris come out? Oh, I guess he can't even be used anyway. The eclipse is blocking Osiris. Okay, Shelty does have line of sight of these gold mines. Yeah, Joe made a ton of boats on the bottom is what I did notice, as Mr. Sash the man mentioned. But like Joe, with all of his food, probably could have started a little bit of an early market trade as well. And oh, here he comes looking for some gold with the chariots so mobile. Come up here, and they will find all of this. And this slow army, which if you can really call this an army, won't be able to help out. And now the Villies are getting pushed back, and Joe probably could have at least made a couple markets down here and started a trade route. And I'm not sure what Joe is going to do here. The 2k resources into Osiris I don't think is worth it. These chariots will just either pick him off or force him to garrison in the... Oh, there he goes. So he's garrisoned. Mummy is going to be dead shortly. Oh, he's trying to get the siege tower killed with all these vills, but there's another one that he can hop to. Son of Osiris shenanigans. Okay. I don't know if... I think this is maybe a little bit of a mistake by Shelty to get this far forward, because it's allowing all these elephants to do a lot of damage. Really, you just pick off the elephants and kind of don't go forward like this, and I think it goes okay for Shelty. Does Joe have... Oh, he does not have any Pierceheimer upgrades. And Joe doesn't have much eco either. Now he is making a market, but back here is a little bit of... This wood line is so annoying for him. Okay, Osiris. Like, he can't do anything. What is in the world is going on anyway? So we have these sound effects of the Osiris even though he's not shooting. That's kind of weird. And uh-oh, Osiris is going to find himself probably trapped here. Because there is not... Uh-oh. Oh, he's trapped right in the middle of all these chariots. And that is going to be the end of Osiris. Yeah, I'll set 2k resources into Osiris was not worth it. And I think that's it. Shelty did beat Joe at his own game. Because Joe has nothing. No gold, no trade. He's been selling, I would imagine, a ton of his food. And that's... Shelty's at 154 pop. And Joe... Yeah, Joe just went a little too hard on water. The top half water, he did okay. But he made a ton of extra boats on the bottom. Like, probably an extra, like, 1,500 resources worth of boats. And, like, Shelty didn't... You know, he barely made any. And that did hurt. When you overcommit on water like that, that does hurt. And Joe losing it with his Isis, and that is significant. Because my opinion is that Shelty has a little bit more of a, I guess we call it like a smorgasbord of gods he can choose from. And Joe really needs to win his Egyptian games, and now he's lost with Isis. And that between Isis and Set, those are his best two gods. So he's lost with his best god, or one of his two. And GG, that was well played by Shelty, though. Really well played. We can see like how far behind he is economically, but we'll also see how far behind Joe is as far as getting his goal. Now it's kind of unrealistically high here. That's because Joe is selling a ton of food. That's in a way, that's why Joe technically isn't this far ahead in resources, because when he sells his 500 food and gets gold, the gold will increase here, and it doesn't like really count the selling of the food, so it's not like the food makes it go down, but then the gold goes up. So well played by Shelty. I wasn't sure how it would go with him losing that top water. The bottom water wasn't terrible because of how many boats Joe made, and actually, never mind, Shelty never lost the top anyway. And all this hubbaloo in the middle, Shelty actually kept 6, 7 boats up there. So well played by Shelty. And yes, map control is huge. I mean, you don't, with the 2 starting gold mines, you can break out, but I think the biggest mistake of the game was Joe aging up to Mythic. And we can see that Joe really didn't get any value at all out of his Osiris. And that's essentially 2,000 resources for nothing. Zippo. And he puts that 2,000 resources in an army, he could potentially break out and hold this up here. But he didn't. So game 1 is not to Joe. I put the wrong score up there. Game 1 is to Shelty. Let me fix that. And Goody, yeah, you missed game 1. Sorry, man. But hopefully we'll have many more games. So we are going to move on to game number 2. Oranos v Gaia on Vinlandsaga. All right. Okay, Vinlandsaga. Look at these fish just like securely around Joe's base here. So Joe is on the bottom again. Still on the blue color, and he is Oranos, and Shelty is Gaia in the color red. So he's got some nice fish right here, right in front of his dock. But Joe's fish, at least these fish, are so good that in this one, like Shelty'd actually have a really hard time like harassing these fish because of how close it is to the town center. Like the town center can essentially shoot the boats. Oranos v Gaia on this map, I'd say is in Gaia's initial favor. But as we saw when Skady played Shelty, is that Skady as the Gaia basically won water like right away, but he was too slow to land, and then when he did land, he wasted a lot of his units one by one, and then he got gold starved. And this is kind of similar to, it's actually almost the same, like exact starting. It is the same starting positions as the Shelty Skady Oranos v Gaia, with the guy on top, Oranos on bottom, and then like the initial gold miner right here. This is really close to the shore though, so if like Shelty wins the water, even if he doesn't like make an army right away on land, like if he moves his boats here, he can kind of defend his gold mine by putting his boats here. So we'll see though. Yes, I did. I already got that put in. I'm on top of things, my man. So yeah, no more green bar in the bottom left. Looking at the town centers though, with these non-standard maps, there can be some map screws and a little bit screwy with the town centers because they are in favor of Joe. We'll see if that really ever comes into play or not. I think by the time on most of the Vinlandsaga games so far, nothing like this has really mattered. So we'll see if it really matters or not. Is throwing some pigs in. This is a nice little like unknown aspect of the game, but animals can fit on boats, and it's kind of important on Vinlandsaga when you only get like a few berries on your starting island. So he will send these pigs back so these villagers can eat them. I do not know if it doesn't look like these. Look at these enemy, just neutral units trying to chase this transport down. And it doesn't look like Joe was able to get any pigs at all. I think these Ulsarks kind of played defense. So there is the possibility where if you don't get your pigs and it's a low berry spawn, which I didn't, it might have been 5, you can run out of food to age up. Joe's just putting his oracles over here. Just because. And I like Gaia because Gaia gets the forests, which allows for the villagers to stay on the main, the initial island longer than the Oranos is going to have to move. I mean, because there's not a whole lot of wood to go around on this initial little island here. So all these trees that Gaia can use will help him later on. And we are going to have about a 4-10 advance, and we're going to see what Joe will be able to do. He's out of food. I hope he doesn't make another Villy. He'll have to force drop out of all these boats, it looks like. And he's going to advance slower, 1 Vil slower. And we'll be force dropping. Up here comes the fish to force drop. Oh no, is he making another Vil? Oh, he started to. Okay, now he stopped. Up at 438, so a little bit of idle town center time there. Just could have maybe used 1 pig, but I guess he had just enough berries to advance. And cheekily getting a line of sight up here. I'm not sure why he sent them here. Like, they don't really provide much. It'd be much better for him to start scouting. I know we've kind of worried about these Ulfsarks here kind of wanting to take a swim, but he's not. Is making a second dock, and Shelty has made 2 docks. We see here the auto queue come on for Shelty, which means boats are coming. So the 410 advance, I do like that advance as compared to the 435-ish. But Joe has some nice fish that Shelty will have a hard time kind of getting at. But Joe's going to have to be careful, though. If Shelty can pick off this transport ship, that would kind of hurt, because Joe's almost out of resources on his mainland, and he hasn't sent anything to the island yet. We'll see what he's gonna do. He is making boats and a 3rd dock. I don't know if he gets much value out of a 3rd dock, which, well, he probably won't be able to make it anyway. Oh, the Carnivora, does it get the... Does, with the long reach, the instant kill Carnivora there. is within range of the dock, so the dock can shoot at it. But the carnivore with the instant kill is very useful, and will suck up some attack from the dock as well. Very annoying placement of the carnivore because now Joe can't come forward. Like if he chases, we'll lose another one, but he's not. And is he? Okay, so now he's just sending Promethean over. Did kill that carnivora, but now comes the risky time where Joe has 4 more trees. What is it? 150 wood per tree. Then he's gonna have to go to the mainland, and Shelty could potentially pick off that transport. I mean, if he picks off the transport with like 5 Atlantean citizens in it, I mean, you might as well. I mean, that's game right there. Joe should probably go back a little bit, or at least like garrison in his docks here. And Shelty not getting much value out of the initial ship advantage. He's got 11 ships to Joe's now 10, but Shelty can heal. Gaia heal rate is really fast. The Servant not quite as fast, but that is again another advantage that. Is this on a suicide mission here? Joe retreats from this one boat. Okay. Okay, where is this transport? Oh, here's the transport. So Shelty does not look like this transport is almost invisible on the map. Shelty is not going to catch that transport, and Shelty is already building a land barracks, and Joe is now going forward. The online active for this game, yeah, pretty active. I mean, it's not, exactly like League of Legends or Fortnite active. But, Joe needs to garrison his boats here. But it's pretty active. Pretty good players. There's a pretty good community. Joe would like to get probably 1 boat in here so this dock can shoot as well. And nothing doing. Shelty kind of mismanaging his boat advantage a little bit. Like, he could have really dominated the water. But instead he kind of sat here for a long time healing up. And, imagine if he would have caught that transport ship. And again, he has the boat advantage, but is being so tentative. Like, he'd win this fight easily. And, Joe following that 1 boat and getting, like, melee range. It's not good for him. And Shelty will give chase. Joe will probably eventually wrap around here and come hide behind his town center like the brave man that he is. Shelty getting his eco upgrade for his fish. Should probably consider it. And Joe is building on the land. And Joe needs to fall back a little bit further so this town center can get in on the action. The town center gets an attack bonus against boats. So, okay, now it's going to start shooting. I think it gets an attack bonus against boats. It's not quite doing as much damage, I would think. This is also a nice little, pretty tight area here because the boats can't all shoot. And Billy dead on this side too. We had Valor used on land. Okay. Shelty with quite the boat army. Look at these boats sinking beneath the map. Because you don't usually see them on this corner of the map, and they'll sink all the way below. There it goes into the depths of the ocean. But this fight isn't actually going that badly for Joe because Shelty was way ahead as far as numbers. And now we'll see what'll happen on land. So Gaia gets the advantage on water. Oranos gets the advantage on land because of the additional unit speed. But Joe is getting completely pushed off of water. Yeah, I probably would have done pretty well. I would have liked to see him play because he can play a lot of gods good as well. But it seems like he doesn't normally sign up for tournaments. Shelty is kind of... we have the Carnivora on land and gets an instant kill. The land Carnivora doesn't quite have the reach that the water Carnivora has. And Shelty did lose a ton of his boats. What'd you miss? You just missed game 1. Game 1 went to Shelty. And now we're on game 2. Yeah, I noticed he did play. I might cast those games maybe later in the week if there's recorded games for him, which there might not be. There might have been a couple observers. So, okay, so that initial gold mine is gone, and Shelty's only has 600 left, deleting his oracles. Where is the transport ship for Joe? Here it is. Shelty coming through down the bottom just to harass the... Oh, he's telegraphing that the transport is coming, though. If Shelty notices. Will he wrap around and try to get to the... Come on, you gotta hurry. You gotta hurry. Hurry, man, this is a lot of idols. Okay, okay. Come on here. Joe is getting the first town center. I'd say this game is pretty even, actually. Shelty has made a ton of boats on water and really hasn't gotten a ton of value out of them. We have a shockwave here, big fight. And we can see this fight is going very well for Joe. The shockwave kind of is an auto win of a couple. Oh, these Terma. Oh, you gotta run, run. There you go. But lost 3 more Terma. That was about 5 Terma, I think he lost. Without really killing anything. And Shelty might be in a bit of a problem here where he's made too many boats on water. And we've got this 1 gold mine here, and yeah, he's realizing something is about to happen, and he's building a tower. But before he even gets a value out of that tower, he's going to have to upgrade it as well. So he's going to have to pay 600 resources to upgrade this tower, and 300 to make and 300 to upgrade, and he might be too late. Prometheans. Okay, do have the carnivore in the back. That'll tank damage and maybe kill... Kira Ballista. Yep. Okay. Shelty had a ton of units hiding in his buildings, didn't he? If Joe reverses, he needs to realign his units, and he would probably win this fight. There he goes. Nice realignment. Very nice. So what you saw that he did here, it's kind of a little trick that you can do to get your units to move through each other, is to kind of like not just turn and attack, but like right here, if Joe clicks right here to move, his units will like switch positions. So that's very important when you're trying to kite and you have your ranged units in the back and you want them to get like to the back again, is you'll do that kind of movement exploit. It's not really an exploit, but just kind of that unit feature. And that's quite the wave of Kira Ballista here, and myth units do well against Kira Ballista, but being Gaia, he has no myth units. He's been doing a good job too, keeping this Caladria busy. She has a really nice heal rate and is healing. And Shelty is grabbing this top town center. We can see is kind of falling behind in score. It's because even though he made all of those boats, which he made so many more boats than Joe did, Joe is still fishing because these fish are so well protected. Like if Joe's fish is up here, Shelty's boats are a lot more valuable. But with all of Joe's being so well defended back here, fish isn't so valuable for trying to push off for Shelty. Does Shelty at least have per sign? He does. Any eco upgrades for his villies? No. Grabbing another gold mine there. I think he's hoping that Shelty or Joe will continue to push here, and he'll be able to kind of mine unbothered from that gold mine. So both do have 2 town centers, though Joe is grabbing a 3rd, and this one here it's going to be tough for Shelty to get that. Remind me later. Caladria is getting a ton of shots shot at her. Yeah, these Promethean spam though, like with the 2 town centers, I'd like to see these Promethean, they are coming. Does he have the Promethean upgrade? He does! Plus 52 hit points for the big daddies, and plus 24 for the babies. And those Promethean might be enough to push Shelty off of gold. Oh, as I say that, Joe falls back. Man, this is another nice game here. Shelty needs to start getting his eco upgrades. That's the other thing is Gaia that you kind of get your advantage with is... There you go. So now he's getting eco upgrades. For some reason he's getting plow first. This it really doesn't matter. So Gaia's eco upgrades, they are cheaper. They train faster, and you can also research upgrades out of the wrong age, kind of like how Thor's armory works. This isn't a good fight for... Oh, why is he going back? And just keep shooting. This is not a good fight for Shelty. Though he does pick off 3 Kira Ballista, actually. But that's because Joe is maybe a little bit too defensive. Got all these towers up on these gold mines here. This town center could come into play with where it's at, because Shelty's going to have a hard time grabbing that. Nobody aging up yet. Shelty going for a raid with some very slow Terma. That's kind of... Terma without Oranos' speed boost really are kind of mediocre units at best. And he's not going to get much value out of this raid. I think he's looking for the other... does he know where all the town centers are? But this is having half of his army out of position here. And now we have a shockwave on Terma. Villies. Oh yeah, get the Villies in with their attack bonus on the Kira Ballista. That's big. That's big. Okay. Plowing through them. Almost should get the channels upgrade to make his Villies move faster. Although now they're kind of at the point where now they just die. Like, he could get channels, which makes his Villies run quicker, which would help with that. But I don't know if Shelty's going to be able to hold this. I mean, just look at all these Promethean that Joe is pumping with his 3 town centers. Hello, Radu. Welcome to Game 2 of the recorded game broadcast of the finals. Here come 3 more. These guys are apparently cooling their legs over here before they had to go on the long push. I wonder how heavy these things are anyway. And why are these dudes so fat? And Shelty is up. Heroic. Is Joe advancing yet? I think probably no. But Thea doesn't necessarily give Shelty a lot of value unless he can get a lot of birds out. Does Shelty know where that other town center is? He does. So he does have that town center scouted. Shelty has no resources. Joe has a lot. Hey, well, no spoilers, Radu. I like the first game. The Isis v Isis. So this is a nice game, too. Medium Murmillo for both. Okay, and here comes the bird. The bird does get an attack bonus against other myth units, which will help. And those Terma kind of trying to come in to get on this bird. Won't quite ever get there. Just needs to... Oh. Okay, I don't know. Well, this is a cool game so far. I mean, even the map itself, I like this map. This is a winning fight for Joe. I'm not sure why he's retreating. Maybe he's waiting for Hyperion and he'll use that. So Chaos is used, gets on 1 bird and a couple Terma, and then the Cantarius. That's a nice... So that's why Shelty or Joe was going back, because he was waiting for the Chaos to come in. Does he have eco? Okay, no second eco upgrade. Is he getting his Villia eco upgrades? Not really. How about Joe? Okay, she deleted his temple. Don't forget, she takes up 3 space. Okay, so this town center being in Joe's favor is kind of hurting Shelty now. A little bit unfortunate the way this town center spawned for Mr. Shelty. However, okay, so he's got 7,000 gold left down here, does Joe. These birds will do some work. Just gotta watch out for this satyr. He's kind of a tough cookie. The birds are aiming at the satyr. We can see how much damage they do to the myth unit. And this is a strong push for Shelty now. The Cantarius are doing a lot of work. You don't necessarily see Gaia making Cantarius, but Kira Ballista don't do much against Cantarius, and neither do Terma. And there's not very many Murmillo either. And oh, we're getting to the point where if, and that's a big if, which Not right now, he can't. Oh! Here come the Ulfsarks. Come in to help out. See what they do. Unfortunately, they only have like 3 attack or something stupid like that, so they don't do much to attack. They're more so just an annoyance. Okay, we got a Joe getting a fortress on that gold mine because he's about out of gold on this one. 700 gold. Without this fortress, Shelty could possibly have done like a little bit of a gold block. Does kill 2 citizens though, and maybe a third. Yeah, he's gonna get this third one once those birds shoot again. So 3 citizens down. And, oh, there's one sneaking up here on the left. Will Shelty see? Oh, is Shelty aging up? He is. Helios or Atlas, not Helios. Gaia can't even get Helios if he tried. She. Now that's implode. It might turn the game for Shelty when it comes to a big fight on this gold mine, because there's only 600 gold left here, and this is going to be the big spot as long as Shelty, does he have line of sight of that gold mine? He does. He should really have a villager over here to check on that, because we've got 1 Vill by Joe up there. Armory upgrades, does have the second. Okay, getting some eco upgrades. And oh, okay, the little dolphin lady is fighting. Joe, decent eco. Gaia forest used where? Does that really matter? Oh, right here to keep his units shooting or gathering wood. Getting some value out of these birds, actually. I'm surprised also that Joe isn't making any satyr. Because they do work. And Joe... Okay, I would have saved the implode a little bit for when the gold mine becomes all important. Maybe slightly early of a implode. But we'll still do damage. And these Terma are kind of killing themselves anyway. Here comes the implode. Does some damage. The fortress is partially dead. But yeah, I would have liked to seen him save the implode for just a little bit longer. Though I don't know if Shelty doesn't know there isn't another gold mine. Oh, there is a gold mine back here. Oh my. And Joe is up with Vortex. Vortex is better than implode. Because with Vortex, what Joe could do if he has the time is Vortex here and kill this and then Vortex back. And we also have the point now where there's siege boats. Siege boats could be used to take over the initial starting island as well. Oh, he really wants to get that fortress dead. The Villy's repairing. Villy's repairing. Oh. I wish I could see the hit points underneath my chat. We're at 80, 70 hit points, and it looks like they will get the fortress down. Yes, slowly. Even the Terma are shooting at this fortress. Oh, just got it down and then retreats. And okay, Joe did find that back gold mine, so that makes this gold mine not quite as valuable. But Shelty is down 4 to 2 town centers, and Joe doesn't have upgraded town centers yet. Oh, here comes the siege boats. We'll get that. We'll finish that town center off, and if Joe doesn't get upgraded town centers soon, he will find himself popped. And if Shelty just comes down here and kills that town center, Joe will not be able to make any boats. Because he's currently at pop limit. And oh, here come these 3 random destroyers coming up here to check that out. Okay. Oh, Shelty might be pulling this game out. Again, this might be kind of similar to the first game. Oh, here comes one fire ship. It might be similar to the first game where Joe might not get much value out of his mythic age. Yeah, he's going to lose that town center as well. Here comes the man of war who does almost no damage. Such a bad myth unit. Okay, so 2 town centers. So we're even 2 to 2 town centers now. Shelty does not have the score lead. I would say he's ahead. Having full control of the water. He does have a second fish upgrade, getting his other eco upgrades as well. And the crazy thing is, because Joe did not leave any citizens at his mainland, he's going to have to transport back just to rebuild his town center. And these destroyers kill that fortress up there. This Hika Gigantes, if Shelty doesn't notice, should convert one of these heroes to these Contarius up, but he's valuing just killing all these villies instead. And not doing a great job surrounding. Oh, this one guy does, and now he notices. And unfortunately, Heroes is like the weakest unit of all of them. And Joe trying to get that. What in the world are you even talking about? Car holster. It's like a copy paste or what? Oh, there's nothing to really defend this town center. Is this this is a water range too? Shelty can move a boat over and even kill this one as well. Kind of eco armory upgrades. Yeah, he's got he's got better armory upgrades, and he might kill this town center. Got 3 destroyers, which do a lot of work over time, and does have 1 building upgrade. And Joe has quite a bit of fishing over here as well. I didn't quite notice that. But does he have the second fish upgrade? He does. Might be able to save those all these vills repairing, but that's 7 citizens repairing. Oh, we have the Fanatics. Fanatics do a ton of damage against all things human. I think Shelty is wanting to clear off these docks so he can maybe send a transport down here. Google Translator. Well, whatever you Googled there. Just remember to keep spoilers out of the chat. I assume you're just cheering for Shelty to be the champion. Okay, dead citizen there. But this game is, yes, Fanatics get bonus against all human units. So that includes anything Atlantean. No, because Merms get the bonus against non-Greek units. Fanatics get the bonus against all human units. And Joe's still up in score, but losing the water. And yeah, Shelty is wanting to clear off these docks so that he can probably, as soon as he gets these last few docks destroyed, he'll probably send a transport down. In fact, might as well send it now because he's got these idle citizens all hanging around. And Joe's got 1,600 gold left in that gold mine. What are we looking at for pop? Shelty is 139. He's full pop. Doesn't have any eco. Joe is also full pop and has 3,000 food, but nothing else. Does still have vortex. And here come these citizens. Just what I thought. They were idle on here, and Shelty sent them over to grab the town center. This might just force a panic vortex from Joe just to save the base. Yeah, Shelty has done a really good job of keeping up the pressure, because if he doesn't pressure, Joe could just vortex to here, kill all of this, and then like vortex back. So Shelty needs to keep the pressure, and now Joe's kind of at the point where he doesn't even have an army to vortex. Trying to finish that dock off so the reinforcing boats can't come in and harass these citizens. I think Joe is trying to get this town center, but yeah, he can't. These siege boats. If Shelty gets this town center, which it looks like he will unless Joe uses a vortex, Shelty is in the. I mean, he's still in the driver's seat anyway because there's only 600 gold left on that mine. But I think on land though. Okay, here comes. So he is he has to do vortex to get at all these villies. I'm kind of surprised he isn't like sending a villy back with his. Where's the transport ship for these vills? So unfortunately, we'll only kill probably one of the vills, and the rest will hide in the transport ship. Joe probably has a few too. Oh, here he. Okay, so now he's sending. Where's his transport? Oh, it's right here. Oh, he's lost sight of his transport because he's making another one, and now because of that vortex. I wonder if he'll vortex here next. If I were Joe, I would vortex here. Because right now Shelty's land army isn't big enough to do any damage, so Joe doesn't really have to defend on land right now. And actually Shelty is kind of suiciding all of his units here. And Joe is... Okay, so Vortex is up. His army doing not a whole lot. Where will he go with his next Vortex? Why, these boats are so annoying, and he can't even gather wood up here. Shelty needs to send a boat back. Yeah, he's got a boat to there. What is Joe doing? I think he's wanting to get this town center before he vortexes again. He has 5,000 food, which I'm sure he's probably selling. Yeah, Joe might be stronger than Shelty if he wins this. Oh, we're getting finally a sky passage. About time. He keeps referring to Shelty as a she. How is Shelty low on score? It's mainly because Joe has, well, he did have a lot of resources in the bank, which is kind of unfairly pumping his score up. And now we have the sky passage. And it's also because Shelty has taken a ton of additional losses on land. Joe, late game, using the Fanatics is a much better unit composition than what Joe has. Oh, you're Shelty? Okay, whatever. Here come these. Oh, she's trying maybe to build a... if he builds... Quickly build... Oh, get on that! And then build like an eco guild. And then the Gaia Lush will prevent this from even getting built. There he goes. Okay. Trying to... Oh, where's this... oh... No, 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 no. I mean, that's like right here is almost 500 resources just down the drain. But this is a huge kind of defensive position for Shelty, who has a trade route too. And Shelty getting the Titan. I never thought I'd see a Titan on this in this tournament. And man, these boats are just keeping Joe's town centers. Getting at that sky passage too. I don't think Shelty has realized that he can get to that town center with these boats. Kind of surprised that Joe isn't valuing the fire ships as much. Like, these siege boats are really, really screwing Joe majorly. Nice army upgrades for Joe, actually. But he's really not going to be able to push through with this unless he gets his own siege, which he's trying. But Joe is going to be running out of gold soon. Losing a few villies up here. These Cantarius being very annoying. And safe bet. He researched the upgrade to our sky passages. What is he building a market here for? I guess he has to build it somewhere. What do I think? Yeah, Shelty is keeping up on his siege boats. And Joe, I think Atlantean siege boats are where they need. I think non-Atlantean do a little too much damage, but Atlantean siege boats are all right. I mean, the problem is they look so strong in this game is because Joe is like not making fire ships, and now he's finally made a few. No, they don't have the same stats. Atlantean boats, all of them are weaker, including the siege bireme. I think this town center is about to go down, though. This is quite the massive amount of fortresses to keep the siege up, and there is not... Oh, this field could be repairing. Could be repairing. Could be repairing. Oh, man, if she repairs... Oh... Oh, man! Oh... 86 HP. Oh man, he didn't need to repair. So just got it up. And oh, but Shelty did get that town center. So Shelty is up 3-2 town centers. And is trying to get at this town center over here. And Joe is only at 2. He has not been able to rebuild this town center all game. And yeah, I do think GG is coming. Shelty has played this really well. Really well played by Shelty. The siege boat harass everywhere. And Joe just... And he could have, it's hard to like predict that it's coming so soon. But Joe with his eco could have made the fire ship sooner to kind of defend. And he is still keeping that town center up. The problem is without this upgraded siege, the fire siphons don't have very much range. And like say the upgraded fire siphon would be able to shoot from about here as opposed to like here. Okay, we even have the little bit of a battle here. Not upgraded biremes though, but upgraded fire ships. And they do pretty good against that. Okay, so Joe is going to get another town center. This game is not over yet. And Shelty did research the Titan. But he hasn't made it yet. And Shelty has no eco. How does he have no eco? Wow, this game is not over. So it's evened up at 3-3 town centers. How much gold is left in this? 2,000 gold. And Joe does not have a trade route. One tree. There it is, right there. Oh. Okay, here comes Joe to finish that town center off. What do you mean up here? Oh, he chopped that one. Oh, you're right. He'll kill this town center as well with just these 2 units. Man, this game is not over. The problem is the lack of fanatics from Shelty. I don't know why he is not making fanatics. Because the fanatics are really shredding like everything. And the Arcus shooting at the fire siphon too isn't exactly helping either. Should be like getting on the fanatics. So this game is not over yet, but when Joe runs out of this gold mine, he has 600 almost in his oh, and he's building a Titan. Okay. That Titan might be coming too late though. What's actually costing Shelty is his unit composition. If he just replaces his... And he could have done it a long time ago. Replace the Arcus, which don't exactly do well against fanatics anyway. But replaces them all with fanatics? This game is probably over already. Now, Joe does have Vortex, you're right. And I think Shelty is just falling back to assume that the Vortex is coming. Joe doesn't have anything for line of sight up there. Oh, he's sending up the fire ships. So he'll probably Vortex around here. And he has 2. This fire ship. It's not over. But I would say Shelty, with where it went, he should have won. Okay, here comes the Vortex. Shelty's army right here. Not a lot of army, though. And this is a lot of siege and a lot of fanatics. And Joe will get the tree as well. Okay. Billy's trying to get on the fire siphons. Like destroyers versus fanatics. We all know how that ends. Okay. Fire siphons doing work, doing work, doing work. I don't think he's going to kill it with this attack. No, but he has another vortex. And he still has pretty close line of sight. Man, he needs to finish off these fire siphon though. They are living forever. But now this gold mine is gone. But Joe still has some pretty decent eco, I think, probably from selling a lot. And man, these guys just are living forever. Okay, another vortex right here. A little bit better positioned this time, but not a lot of army. This isn't gonna, I don't think this is enough to kill it. Man. Oh no, it's not going to. So no more vortex, and Joe does not have a gold mine, and he doesn't have a trade route. He is up 4-2 town centers, but he's about to lose another town. Oh, does he have the Helios age ups? I don't think, well, it's too late to check now. I don't think he has any upgrades. Yeah, if the Helios age ups, probably would have killed it. These fire siphon, or not fire siphon, these fire ships, no! Oh man. Oh, there they go. Now they realize they're there. No, then actually the one Helios upgrade does improve fire siphon, or not fire siphons, fire ships too. So yeah, he doesn't have it, and Joe is trying to build a trade route now. A little bit late. Oh, he made sky passage there, but he's at 180 pop, but I don't know if he can, man, just submit. I think the Titan will win it for Shelty now. This game has gone so many different directions that I did not anticipate. I'm amazed that it's coming to the Titan to win, because does he have, no, not a single upgrade, which he doesn't have any favor. Well, he just spent it on a satyr or two, I guess. And no eco. Walling to trade, okay. Alright. So it kills a tower, but not the Titan. I think the Titan will win it for Shelty. I would think that Joe's kill-loss ratio is probably pretty insane. Oh, here comes some more walling. Walling the trade-off. A little bit late, but better than never, I guess. Trying to hide way up here. Yeah, he keeps selling. He sold a lot of resources. And now comes the Titan. Oh, coming up here to get on that. Okay. Sky Passage. Hero v Skady already happened? Yep, it did. Oh, no. Hero v Skady did not happen. I guess I didn't realize they were even playing. Okay, so here comes the Titan, and I think that will clean everything up. And that will finish off the game. Because Joe, it's hard to fight against the Titan. Sharing a gold mine up here. I forget that the upgraded Sky Passage shoots. But yeah, I don't think yeah, Joe lost that town center as well. The Titan will come in and finish off one more. The shooting Sky Passage. Wow, so this game comes down to a Titan to win the game for Shelty. That is amazing. I've been sitting here with a smile on my face for like the last 10 minutes just because I've enjoyed this game so much. I think I'm popping out up here. Just because he needs the gold. But he is down to one town center. Okay. Like if he could like destroy all of this with just like one, could have put a one sire siphon, but whatever. Anyway, there comes the Titan to smash that last town center on mainland, and we've got a siege ship getting on that one as well. Lily's trying to knock down the fortress. Okay, back into the Sky Passage they go. They come down here and maybe get on that. But with the last town center down and Joe not having any more eco, at least no more gold. Where's the army? Yeah, he's like, doesn't know what to do with his army right now. Is this possibly the best game? Well, I'd say pretty good. Definitely one of the best. It's kind of over now. But what a game. That went... It was a seesaw. Back and forth. Joe with the early advantage. Shelty pushed him back, and then it kind of looked like maybe Joe would win. And then the Titan came up, and now... don't tell me the results. Send it to him in a private message if it was played, because I'll cast that too later in the week, I guess. Just whisper it to the man. And Joe trying to get this last town center, but that is going to be it. But these fanatics. Hard to believe that Shelty is winning without making any fanatics, because these things are just bosses. I mean, 15 attack, and then with all their bonus against human units. His only town center is this one, and it's about to go down. One or two more shots. Yeah, if you could get a Titan on the mainland, yeah, you're pretty much doomed. But it's not exactly an easy map to build a Titan on, either. You could build it on your base up here, and then never lose this. Alright, well, this was a fine second game, and is going to result in a 2-0 lead for... Look at this cute tower up here. I like it. You want to see a panic wonder? Well, it's... you can't even build out his mainland either because the boats were just kill him. Alright, there it is. GG. What a game for Shelty. A little bit behind early. Pulled it back and then was almost about to throw it, and then the Titan came to save the day. What a game. Kill-loss ratio. This is why Joe's ahead. It's because of the kill-loss ratio. 444 to 341. Also, yeah, that's why. But the Titan pressure is just too much. And Joe's actually pretty even in eco as well. But it was... Shelty used those boats, quicker mythic time. I was able to take advantage and get those siege ships in on those town centers, and that was kind of what he used to kind of launch himself to victory. But what a game! That was nice. Wow. 76 Fanatics versus 93 Terma. But yeah, just... I feel like Joe probably could have just continued a little bit more pressure early on. But what a game, though. I wouldn't say, like, Oranos is really one of Joe's better gods, but he played well. Just Shelty with the cheese, taking advantage of A, Seed Ships, and B, the Titan to get a game 2. So we will move on to game number 3, Set v Ra on Watering Hole. So we are changing back to our Egyptian battles. And this is Joe's map, and he is blue again, and he is the Set player. And Shelty on red on the top right is Ra. So Ra v Set on Watering Hole. Nice animals here for the Set player. Wow. Very forward town centers. That is in the Set's favor. Really, the Set player should probably take this town center early on, I would think. Maybe just shift and grab it. When it comes to... So Set is one of the best gods right now, just because of the early pressure that animals put on, which allows the Set to pretty much take 2 town center and hunt for much of the game, especially on Watering Hole. I mean, this town center gets... By the time you shoot the elephants and they wander into their death, they'll be like right here. Along with all the conversions as well. He's converting in the lion, though. Oh, Shelty not noticing. But of all civs that do well against Set, I'd say Ra is one of them. Because Ra doesn't really need the map control anyway early on. Ra is kind of more of like that... 2 town center, fast heroic. I'll get a big eco and then pop out down 2 to 3, down 2 to 4 town centers and just massacre with a huge eco and mythic age. So the Set advantage isn't quite as important on like a map like this. Like realistically, the Ra could just do a 2 town center, kind of some age 3 raid / harass with the chariots, and then hit mythic age. Typically in Watering Hole you'll see a town center in water range anyway. This one is, and this one is to be determined. That's close to being in water range. I'm gonna say, I'm tilting my head over here like it's gonna help me see. I think it is in water range, just barely. Well, I don't know. As I scroll it changes my mind. Not sure. This is right on the edge, but this one definitely is. So I would value, like me as the Ra player here, I would just do a 2 town center, make a mid goal in age 3 because I'm gonna need to get a probably like right here so I can get my gold mine. Do some raids, but then age up quickly to age 4 with tornado. Make boats, push through this way, and maybe tornado the other town center while I'm pushing with siege ships. But we'll see what happens. Shelty is not a Ra player by trade, but Ra isn't exactly one of those gods that's hard to pick up, so we'll see how he does. But Joe cannot afford to lose this because then he'll have lost with 2 of his 3 Egyptians. And I wonder if Joe would take this town center. I would think he would shift forward and take this town center maybe. This little actual connection here is pretty important too. Kind of makes this corner this is the trade route corner, a little bit less safe. There's the relic. House or manor hit points, and then the other one is improves the ranged attack of buildings. That's an Egyptian relic right there. So nice trade route from here up, and nice to Shelty all the way here and down. Just got that little connection there that could be important. And Joe is okay. He is converting these elephants, and then we'll end up moving them back and eating them. So the thing with Set is pretty much like almost infinite hunt. Hunt here, more elephants here, another hunt back there. Now has line of sight of the other town center. I'd like to see the Ra probably about a 5-minute advance. Just do the standard 2-town center, fast heroic, and go from there. Set player could probably... the set... Probably the best thing to do here is the 3-town center. And then age up to heroic pretty quickly. With all the food he'd be able to afford the 3-town center. Kind of 10, 30, 11 minute age up. Yes, Joe can still play Ra, but unless he's been practicing a lot lately, which maybe he has, Joe is not as good off main, which is Egyptian, as Shelty is, so Joe really can't afford 2 losses on his main. Because that means he's going to have to win. I mean, now, if he wants to win the series, he's going to have to win 4 games, so at least 2 with a non-Egyptian. Okay, so about 4:45, about 5-minute advance for Shelty, and Joe's almost up as well. Is he going to get the back town center? Oh, he's just walking forward. I'm not a big... This is a long walk. I know you don't want to use shifting sands, but I think with the time you save is not at my level. Well, he's better. My level is pretty low these days. I think it's worth it to shift forward and grab a town center because you save so much walking time. I mean, this was 30 seconds of walking, and for some reason, yeah, now he's grabbing the town center. And yeah, I would, unless he's trying to like shift onto this town center, which that might be what he's doing. Combine all this and could have shifted down here, though I guess Shelty would be able to respond with his own shift. But generally, the earlier you use God powers, even if it's not as strong as like a later use, it's still better anyway. Nice harass on this gold mine though, because then you kind of get the elongated snowball effect. Because like just walking here is 30 seconds slower, as opposed to just shifting, which means he's 30 seconds behind villagers, which is almost 3 villagers that he'll essentially like be behind now of what he could have been all game until he reaches full. But I know you don't like to use a shift just to grab a town center a little bit faster, but when you start looking at maybe the kind of the math behind it, it probably would have been worth it. And what's this Pharaoh doing? He's coming forward and might die. Pharaoh going to die? Maybe? No, not quite. Nope. Yeah, Shelty beats Gotti. And okay, here is that last town. So he is grabbing 3 town centers. That's what I thought he would do. That would be the play I feel in this matchup. Shelty is very... So here's his farms. Well, I think the villager train is about 12 seconds or so. I might be thinking of Age of Empires 2. I don't think it's 50. Well, let's just count. So 6:57. Well, dang it, now he doesn't even have any. Okay, so 7 minutes. Maybe it's 15 seconds. No, it's not. That might be 15 seconds. So that's 2 vills. Almost fit. Yeah, maybe 14. It might be 14, but whatever. Okay, just trying to push it, and he's quit all the time. Whatever, he'll be back. And do I really care anyway? A little bit of a slow advance, but he doesn't really need to advance fast. So, as Ra, you can generally shoot for your 8:30 advance. That's if you really need to age up at a decent time. But when the set is going for 3 town centers, it doesn't really matter. You can age up more like 9, 930 with a better eco and get your eco upgrades. Well, it's not very hard in a week's time to play at least somebody in the top 20. But if he's taking it that seriously where 20 cyber points is bothering him, then maybe he does need to quit. And so I actually did him a favor in his life. So either way, it's a win. Okay, so, but about the game. So we've got about a 9-10 advance with Sekhmet. I like Sekhmet. Most players don't go Sekhmet because Hathor is kind of the... Sekhmet is kind of... I'm probably like the same age of his mom. Who knows? So we probably think very similarly. But Sekhmet, you can't quite do the cheese that you can with the with Hathor, with rocks and all that nonsense. Joe will be aging up at, okay, about 940. Yeah, definitely, in my opinion, just mine, which this actually might be what Shelty's thinking since he's going up with Sekhmet for an extra 10 population with Citadel, is do what I said at the beginning of the game, which is just go up to Mythic after a little bit of harassing in Age 3, and huge boats to kill this town center, and then tornado the crap out of that one, and then break out that way. But we'll see. What is he building here? A Migdal. I guess he's mining up here, so it's not a big deal. The Rods map is pretty open, though. Yeah, Sekhmet does have... I'm a big fan of Sekhmet's upgrades. The siege upgrades are huge. I think a lot of people don't realize how good Sekhmet's upgrades are. Now, outside of the Slinger one, which is more miss than hit, the 2 siege upgrades are good, and even the Bone Bow is really good as well. I mean, now at full range, chariots don't have exactly super good accuracy, but the plus, 4 range for the Bone Bow? That's big. I mean, especially when you're considering maybe you're wanting to pick off a long-range unit. The 4 range is huge. And Citadel is not to be scoffed at either. That plus 10 pop is important. Alright, so here come these 2 units kind of wandering into this zoo of animals here and lose most of their hit points and then run off. Yeah, don't forget though, the longer an archer unit shoots, the less accurate they are in their first couple of shots. So the Bone Bow does kind of interfere with the chariot range or accuracy. Oh, so Joe is kind of anticipating the siege ship attack this time, seeing as last game Shelty won with siege ships, so he is making his docks already. Typically what you'd see from the set in this situation would get the building upgrades early, because he kind of knows the only way, well, really the main way the rock could break out is with like tornado to kill buildings, along with probably the siege here. So oftentimes you'll see in this situation the set stay in heroic age for a while and just tech up and get fortified town centers and such. Yeah, that's why like the Gastrophades, which has such huge range, is kind of bad against units, also because they have a slow rate of fire. But chariots are kind of that same way too, is that they miss a lot of attacks. But yeah, if like you get in for ranged units, if you get in like melee mode, they won't ever miss. But you try to attack from a ways out, and the farther out their accuracy is worse. Though if they keep shooting without moving, they will reach 100% accuracy on their, I think it's the 3rd shot. But if you're shooting at max range anyway, you're not going to probably be able to shoot 3 shots without having to move. Ooh, did Joe get line of sight of those scarabs? I don't think he did. At least it doesn't seem like he's going to defend. I don't think he had line of sight of those scarabs. But there's so many vills here, probably be able to kill him anyway. Oh, we'll see if he notices. So here come the sneak scarabs. Okay, they're not so sneaky at all. Joe notice. And kind of poorly reacting so far. I think the town center might go down because of him garrisoning his units for whatever reason. And yeah, so okay, so he just shifts the scarabs out. Okay. So nicely done. He garrisoned his villagers, so he didn't shift his villies, and then shifted the scarabs away. So gets now Shelty is shifted as well. What did Shelty shift? Okay. Forcing the ancestors. Would have been nice to shift like maybe closer to the town center so that the scarab would be right on it right away. But Pharaoh, as long as he's not shooting at the minions, will be able to do some work. I don't know if he'll get that town center down though. Because one scarab doesn't exactly kill it super fast. And mercenaries do a decent amount of damage to it. We got the slow chariots coming in. Yeah, that town center is not going to go down. Nope, not quite. Nope, a few more shots. And not much value out of this shifting sands from Shelty either. So really both players kind of wasted their shifting sands. And, I mean, well, Joe didn't really waste them, but he kind of, I mean, the usage was kind of poor because of, what is he, why is Shelty fighting like this? I mean, I'm no college professor, but 4 chariots versus 20, I don't think is a good trade. But whatever. And Joe is actually up first. So Joe is aged up using Tornado on the only Migdol, and Shelty is way behind. Shelty... yeah, Shelty went too heavy on the age 3 aggression. Because Shelty, I don't think... oh, he's up 48%. 2 times speed for replay? No, I don't like that. I like the real time. What do you want me to like talk twice as fast? Now that would be awesome if I could do that. Yeah, Joe's playing this pretty well, and Shelty just did a little too much. And maybe it's a little bit of his inexperience with Ra kind of showed, but you can't really win this way against these sets. Your way to win is through Mythic Age, not through Heroic Age pushes with how this game, kind of the early game, unfolded. And he's up 90%. Got this random side build up here, and Joe is walling off. I think Shelty might have assumed this was all blocked off. And because of that, Joe got to sneak some villies in. We have Tornado use. You don't get much value using Tornado on the enemy army. Tornado over water is so cool. It's such a cool color. And then it kind of turns into the sand as it goes over the sand. Like, that's such a cool little feature of the game. And you can see it's already reached its max potential of units, so it's not killing them anymore. And that's a GG. So Joe does win a very important third game. He needed that win here. Hello again, Oradu. And Red Vans SS. So we are at game number 4 now. We'll take a look at the post game and see. Yeah, resources. Actually, I think this is Shelty canceling an H up and doing again. So he's ahead in eco, but he spent a lot of resources trying to do kind of ill-advised attacks. So it's not any good anymore. Why can't you see it? Because I removed it. A very helpful fellow, the AOM expert, sent me a link of how to remove the recorded game bar. So I got rid of it. So I don't even need that stupid bar to hide the bar anymore. So, ha! All right, well, that is game 3. We will move on to game number 4. These have been some pretty good games so far. Water spout. Game 4, Zeus v. Loki. Okay. Zeus v. Loki on Tundra. So this is Shelty's map. He's the Loki up on the top in the color red. And Joe, consistently spawning at the bottom of the map, is Zeus. So Joe's Zeus, I'll have to say I don't know if I've really seen him play Zeus. I don't know how good it is. Loki v. Zeus is pretty fair. On this map, it can be more in Zeus's favor on some maps, I suppose. But on this map, it's pretty fair, if maybe slightly in the Loki's favor, maybe? I guess the opinions would matter. Loki players would say it's probably Zeus favored, and Zeus players would probably say it's Loki favored. Me as a neutral, rather uneducated person when it comes to Zeus v. Loki, I'll say maybe like 55-45 Loki on this map. Potentially, with a forward gold mine, that does help the Loki to get a little bit of pressure on it, although the Loki does also kind of have a slightly forward. A lot of times you see the Zeus on open maps going centaurs against Norse, but with Hall of Thane Hersier, don't think you'll see that. You'll probably see more of Athena for restoration. And the Athena push can be deadly. So we'll see how this game goes. Shelty initially got to the top level playing Loki, though nowadays he plays a lot more different gods, but his Loki is still really, really good. In fact, 2 of his series, he used Loki in the clinching game to win. So he really values his Loki, and that Caribou did not run the way Joe wanted it to. And he's actually bringing out the Loki ahead of time, not saving it for a last game. A lot of hunt, 3 Aurochs, and there'll be 3 over here too. No, just 2. Just the one, maybe the one fell off the edge. Well, there's probably a 2 Auroch spawn and a 3 Auroch spawn. Whoa, whoa! Joe's Auroch spawned like very heavenly for him. They got the 2 here, and then the 3 right there. That's about as close as they could be. Although Shelty's hunt is pretty awesome too. I mean, he can go from this hunt, bounce to here, bounce over here, and then if he still has map control at that point, could get here. But yeah, you can remove it. It's just an edit of the user interface. It's actually a lot of stuff. I mean, it's that's what Ekanta UI does, is it edits the user interface, and same thing. All it is just removing a line from the user interface file that removes that the bar. So we'll see most likely a ton of Hersier, and depending on what Joe does, maybe see some throwing axemen and a couple raiding cavalry, possibly. Joe is hunting forward. I think that's so if he gets pushed off of hunt, he'll be able to kind of get this kind of side safe hunt a little bit. But we'll see. I mean, I don't think Joe's Zeus is at the level of Shelty's Loki, so it's definitely favors Shelty in this match here. Shelty aging up. What is he doing? Maybe after this dwarf? Looks like it. Or maybe not. Oh yeah, yep, he is. He's got enough. Okay, now he'll go up to these Aurochs. Loki has fast heroic. Yeah, what god? That is very important. Like fast heroic Gaia? That would be awesome. I assume you're probably saying Zeus, because then you'd be able to. Does Zeus get curse? No, he doesn't. I guess he gets bronze. But the fast heroic does yield the pacifist. And Shelty's anticipating a rush on his gold, so he is walling off his gold heavily. And the same thing Joe is also anticipating pressure on his gold mine, so he's also walling off. Not a lot of vills on gold right now. Might want to wall that off to kind of a strange location for the house. It'll kind of muddle up his gold gathering potentially. Alright, so right just before 4:30 for Shelty and about a 4:45 for Mr. Joe. Shelty coming forward with his 2 initial Herseer. Might find himself housed soon. No, he's good. He's got his other one. But to be attorney with no Egyptian. Well. Oh, this is he's building this wall here. Really wanting to keep on hunting. Oh, you don't want to move all your vills up. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so these Herseer came up here. Now, they did not actually kill the granary. Joe deleted it because he didn't want the Herseer to get favor from it. However, the deletion of the granary might allow these Loki to sneak through before that wall is down. Yeah, that sucks. So you might end up losing this villager. Nope, no, the heroes come up. Yeah, this is a really good tournament format, and I know some people are a little bit down on the ability to choose odd maps, and I can understand why, because sometimes the odd maps are kind of janky, but I like it. This is the best tournament rules that I can remember. It really has resulted in a ton of good games. Is he going to get this relic? That's the one that gives throwing axemen more hit points. Yeah, I love it. It's every game is different as opposed to seeing Zeus be set 7 games in a row. He's also killing the caribou over here. Not only does it kind of remove favor from Joe, or not favor, food from Joe, it gets favor to Shelty. Who hasn't seen any Phillies yet, other than the one up here. I mean, he should assume that there's probably a reason Joe walled this off, because this wouldn't be a standard place to wall. Yeah, AoE2's got a really nice community. Fun game to play. Just kind of hard. You really need to be fast. Oh, the villagers chopped too far. They made a hole in the forest. And yeah, there's some money. Some people with money love Age of Empires too. And we see Joe deleting that house. And now we got Hoplite Toxotes. I like this cutting through the forest here. It's kind of amazing though how often that happens even on upper level games, is you build a wall and then you chop right through the forest. Although it'd be an easy mistake to make here. Oh, Jiggly, thanks for the follow, by the way. Oh, here comes the iron jar. Basically all he does is just annoy villagers. Okay, a random bolt on it. I think maybe he shouldn't have bolted that. And now comes the press forward here, so Joe is pressing forward, but probably not a winning fight for him, especially once these Herseers show up. Joe does have restoration, but he really doesn't want to use it on just kind of a random fight in the middle of the map. And this fight is kind of rapidly not going Joe's way. Here come the Herseer to build block as well. And that will be the end of Joe's army here, or much of it. And that's probably all that Shelty needs to take advantage of the game. So Joe wanting to come forward, another build block. Oh, it's so annoying. Here he comes for another one. Another one. Oh, well, they didn't quite get that, but that's okay. So he uses that to slow up the army a little bit and pick off a few extra units, but that should be all that Shelty will need to win the game. Well, he got himself... He went forward too early. The Zeus is more so you're kind of more so winning as your way as the military unit population is getting more, because the Zeus units are basically more expensive, but better. So once you try to fight as you're getting close to that 115 spot, and what, these units are stuck by this wall, and oh, the Ville's got to run. So Shelty did properly predict that there was a reason Joe walled that off, and so he's coming through looking for the Vills. He actually doesn't find that hunt there yet. But this is his next. I mean, there's not a whole lot of damage to do down here, so that's why he came through up here. And now you'll find out why there was the wall. It's for those Aurochs. And Joe did move them back. Gets the Valk spawn too. So it's a best of 7, Mr. Surf. So even if Joe loses, it's not over for him. Here comes another little raid here. He'd actually win this if he fought. Oh, now he got a troll. A troll might cause some problems. And the reinforcing Hersier, also a bit of a problem. Shelty kind of taking full control, just wandering through the base. Excuse me, sir. Uses the spy on Odysseus. That's a good unit to spy. And Joe did not move these vills, and they're kind of stuck here. Forcing out a restoration. There's still this hole in the wall, though the units are kind of struggling to get in it. There you go. Alright, most of them are getting out. Some of these fat Hersier are getting stopped. How much is the price? First is maybe like 150 bucks. And now these units are also getting surrounded. If that hole in the wall weren't there, Shelty probably would lose his entire army. At least the group that was here. Shelty might be... No, not aging up yet, but is happily... Still happily hunting and mining outside of his base. Like, this is where kind of the point here... Now, maybe about a minute earlier or two, is when the Zeus kind of wants to start putting the main pressure up, because this is when you're starting to fight closer to the full pop battle with restoration over a place that the Loki does not want to retreat from, which is the gold mine. But unfortunately, Joe's taken a few too many casualties and now no longer has restoration, so he really can't do the full push on the gold mine. And with that iron jar, yeah, I gotta run. Did he deliver a relic? He did. Increases Toxotes attack, so not terrible, actually. Nice by Shelty putting the spy on this army, so like he has full line of sight of where it is. And now Shelty's at 1 full pop. Joe is almost full pop, but minus a restoration. And that's what he needs. Ooh, Toxotes a little bit too far forward. Gotta shoot down the throwing axemen, which they're doing. Heroes on the myth units. Yeah. Going the way of Shelty. Kind of, I guess. Man, these Greek units just live forever, though. I mean, these heroes, like, tank so much damage. So, actually isn't. It's crazy. It's almost a waste to, like, get on the heroes because the amount of hit points per attack that they do. But, yeah, it did eventually go Shelty's way. But he still lost a ton of units there. Yeah, Joe did better in that fight than I thought too. And that just is just the power of the fully popped fights where the Zeus is more expensive overall. Though Hersier are expensive too though. But once you get your full 115 pop fights, it's tough for Loki to win. And like, imagine if that's a minute earlier without Joe losing that first battle here on top of the gold mine. And then that's how kind of Zeus wins in this situation. But even this isn't a bad fight for Joe to take either. So now with all the extra raiding cavalry coming in. Shelty kind of maybe mismanaged his hunt a little bit. I think he maybe thought he would get pressured a little bit more than what he was, because he did not get this hunt or that hunt or even scout those 3 aurochs there. And now is pushing way in against Joe, who is not grabbing a second town center yet. Doesn't have much of an army. There's that troll, kind of poorly positioned troll too. And Joe is at only 62 pop, so yeah, Shelty can just keep up the pressure now and probably push through Joe. Yeah, just an average Joe, nothing special in this game, but this is not the end of the series. I am declaring this game officially over, by the way. But we'll go and see how long it takes before Joe resigns. But Shelty has almost got another town center up and has firm control. And now is hunting way up here. Yep, 3-1. Joe still got his Ra. Although Shelty still has set. Oh, I wonder if we'll see a Ra set this next game. So G on game number 4. So Shelty is at match point. So what I will do is I will update our screen here. Let's take a look at the post game and see how this went. So Shelty 75 to 55. It definitely is a Zeus versus a Norse. And you don't want to be, when you see yourself on the lower bottom end of the kill-loss ratio, it's not exactly where you want to be. All resources was actually even despite the pressure that Shelty was putting on. And the problem was just that first initial fight by Joe, and then having to use restoration in his base to save all of his villies. And that kind of cost him. Yeah, Magyar, as a lot of players say. I don't even know if I've ever seen a single Magyar game, though. So I don't know if I have. What are we looking at here? So I am going to update our little game list and change over to my summer overlay. So what's up, guys? We will update our game log here. Oh, where's my chat? I don't have my chat up. Why don't I have my chat box on? This is stupid. Chat box, where are you? There it is. Okay. Yeah, the Mista, probably not. I think I wouldn't even say the Mista is better than. Thanks, man. I wouldn't even say Mista is better than Magic, though they were really close, for sure. So, what's up, Cackle? You're just in time for a little bit of an intermission. We've got to look back now. So, what was game 1? You guys are gonna have to remind me. Game 1 was Isis. But GSS never plays in tournaments, so I can't say that he's top at all. Because what does the random matches on Voobly really mean? Like GSS, I don't even think has ever even played in a tournament, so what does it matter? Game 2 was Gaia v Oranos on Vinlandsaga. Game 3 was Ra v Set, and Game 4 was what we just saw. So we will order this up. Game 4 for Shelty. Oh, moving all this around. Oh wait, no, I gotta move him over here. And even Chemo doesn't sign up for tournaments either, so I can't say. Was Joe set? Yeah, Joe was set game 3. Shelty was raw. This is taking a long time for me to set up here. And Joe was the Oranos. And Shelty was the Gaia. So here we go. All right. And now we've got to, oh, I got you guys covering Oranos is kind of getting all over Isis up there. All right, now we need to update our wins. I don't know why I really do this. Not sure it's really of any value to anybody, but it makes me, it gives me a little break, I guess. So Joe, Shelty wins that. Joe wins that. Shelty wins also the first game, which was the surprise. This is a big one. Isis v Isis, Shelty win. That shouldn't happen at all. So game 1 was Anatolia. Game 2 was Vinland. Game 3 was Wadhole. And game 4 was Tundra. So Mexico Mike, coolest lamer. Production is 10 out of 10. All right. So I am going to step away for a minute, and we can think about what gods we're going to see on Game 5. I'm thinking Joe probably will end up picking a Ra. It's his map. So maybe he'll have a surprise map to pick so he doesn't have to blow his last Egyptian. And Shelty could go a variety of different gods yet. He's still got Set. He's also got Thor, Odin as well. So Shelty's definitely got more gods at his disposal that he'll be able to be good at. So give me a minute. I'll be right back with Game 5. Alrighty. Your charming host is back, and we are going to move to Game 5. Joe has to pull out Eggy with his back against the wall. See, I don't think he does, actually. I think he's going to have to win. I mean, he's going to have to win 2 games non-Egyptian. So I think his best bet on Game 5 is to have a non-Egyptian like special map. So something non-Egyptian probably is my guess, and you'll have to have like a special map for strategy because he's gonna have. I mean, he only can play Ra one of the last 3 games. So I don't know, but I don't know what he'd do. I would be surprised if he goes Ra. How do I live with 120 gigabyte SSD? I mean, I really don't actually do a whole lot on this computer, really, other than like stream AOM and play a little bit of League of Legends. But let us move into game number 5. So Shelty 3, Joe 1. So Joe has to win the last 3. Now, just so you know, even though there are 7 games listed here, my man who provides me with the recorded games always provides the full list so that the spoilers are not done by saying, oh, there's only 5 games, so that means Shelty wins. So They're not necessarily 7 games. It would be awesome if there were, but we will move into game 5. Is it up on screen? It is. And we will move to game number 5. What are we going to see? What are we going to see? Ra v Oranos on Alfheim. Okay. So Ra v Oranos Alfheim. This is a pretty fair matchup on this map. Oranos doesn't do too bad against Ra, really. I feel like there's better maps for him to choose if he's going to do Ra anyway, like Acropolis, one of the non-standard maps. I don't want to see him get hunting dogs. Oh, he's getting hunting dogs. That's a mistake. So we got Joe down here, though. He's our blue player, and again the bottom of the map, and he's the Ra, and Shelty is the Oranos. Shelty's actually got a pretty decent Oranos, although most would probably say it's not very hard to have a decent Oranos, but it's also not very hard to have a decent Ra. However, I really do not like the hunting dogs, and I also don't like this villager chasing this elk way off into the way off to the middle of the map, because Alfheim doesn't normally have much hunt, and well, I guess it can if it has the Auroch spawns, but it doesn't have any Auroch spawns, so yeah, not a lot of hunt. So you don't get a lot of value out of hunting dogs. You also have the fact that you're up against Oranos, who's going to have early map control, in which case hunting from his second hunting pack is going to be very unlikely as the game goes on. And there's plenty of food to age up to age 2 and do your farming. So I don't like the hunting dogs in this situation. It should just be husbandry to fatten up your sheep, or not your sheep, these are cows. Fatten up your cows, and yeah, that one Vill shooting that elk like that is really screwing Joe over. The point of, I think he did see some hunt when his Pharaoh first went through. One of these deer was hanging out up in the line of sight here, so that's how Joe knows there's hunt here. Yeah, I do, but you don't get much value out of it. I mean, you're spending 200 resources, so your hunt has to repay that 200 resources, and you also have to consider the amount of walking time that it takes to run from here down to here, and also from here up to here, where you could just be happily gathering your chickens, berries, aging up, and then moving to farms like you're going to anyway. So I'm not a big fan of it. What is this relic down here? Myth units more resistant than others. Well, that sucks. Toxo is chariots, and Arcus have more hit points. Archers do more damage, and increases the attack of rams, behemoths, and scarabs. So decent relics, but nothing to fall off the chair about. The Oranos here will just go typical counter barracks, early pressure. Once he gets the Ra into the base, should probably do a 2 or maybe even a 3 town center grab. And then just eco up and eventually push really hard on a gold mine. Speaking of gold mines, very important for the Ra. Has a decent gold mine back here. I have fallen off my chair before, Mr. Red Vans, when streaming a game. It happens. I'm alright. I usually sit like what do you call it? Indian style? I'm actually sitting Indian style in my chair right now. Or as Cam would refer to it as crisscross applesauce, because that's what they call it in school. Look at this Oracle being a jerk standing on this wall segment, so it can't be built. What a punk. Oh, now he's moving. But yeah, the gold mines I wouldn't say are exactly beneficial for Joe. This is a pretty good spot. Well, I don't know. It's mediocre, I would guess. I mean, the town center does kind of save it, but so I guess it's okay. It could be worse. It could have spawned maybe up here. Even this gold mine isn't awful. It's just there's nothing else really to get over here. So kind of mining at this one is kind of risky because what's the real point? You know, there's no town center or anything. The Rock could try a double town center. You know, the 2 town center grab. Would almost have to get this one early though to get access to another gold mine because this one is way forward. But that's kind of what the Oranos does, is early pressure just to push Joe into his base. They do a few Terma raids and pick off a few foolish villagers. Grab town centers and then fully pop out to 145, 145, and then try to push on the Ra's second gold mine. So Prometheus at 438. Where are the military buildings? There is one. Barracks, Gunner Barracks. Yep. Yeah, crisscross applesauce. I've never heard of it. But that's what they refer to at his school. He's got to sit crisscross applesauce during a reading time. And then there's a spot on the carpet that he's supposed to sit on too. And apparently that was a bit difficult for him at the start of the school year. Look at this villager randomly chasing this oracle down. Chasing after him, typical woman. Promethean's out for a stroll to kind of scout around and see what's happening. Slow age up time. Oh no, he doesn't have a monument yet. Well, that sucks, because that is going to slow down Shaduf quite a bit. What the? Quite the wall factory here around that tower. And now Joe will have to move back. Shelty a little bit slow getting his units out. Or moving him out. There we go. Gets that Valor use and now comes forward. Yeah, the hunting dogs I think actually slowed down his advance as compared to just like actually normally advancing with husbandry, because the raw player really has to grab this town center quickly in order to probably compete with what will be kind of a delayed 3 town center boom. And Joe's not anywhere close to... He's not going to be able to get that town center for a while. And you really don't want to be... Oh, this is a Villy. Really had to leave the houses just like that. But yeah, no Shadoof, which hurts. And he's still going to have to get husbandry and plow. Has a ton of gold, but isn't doing anything with it. So, Joe, of the 3 Egyptians, he plays a Ra the least. Yeah, Joe already has pickaxe. I know he sometimes forgets, but he's got it. And now he's trying to build the... And this is in... We'll probably see the Oranos stopping his army. Yeah, he stopped building his army and will be grabbing a town center shortly. And this is already looking cornered. I would agree with that. Joe is not where the Ra should be at this point. Needs to grab that second town center and do a quicker reign than what he's doing, because the Atlantean will be grabbing a second town center and then probably a third soon, because he knows he can afford it before there's any sort of raw pressure. Or he could really as the Atlantean, you kind of got a few things you can do here. You can grab your second town center and follow it up with an immediate third, or you can kind of build more army and then get a third later. Did he scout that back gold mine though? That's a good question, and no, he didn't. You're right, he does not know about that, which is maybe affecting him slightly. And he spent all this time walling, but didn't wall this, which is also an oopsie. And this is quickly turning into a bit of a disaster for Joe. And now he's realizing that, yeah, it'd be a good idea to put a wall there. He's got 1,600 gold. And now he is aging up with Hathor. But like realistically, he could be aging up at about the same time, maybe a little bit slower, with 2 town centers. Maybe he is going fast mythic. I'm not sure. He needs to get plow. Is he getting plow? Yep, he is getting plow. His gold reflects the rate. Yeah, he did have a ton of gold. I don't even know if he'll be able to get mythic at a reasonably quick time. I guess that's maybe what he's doing, is trying for the mythic Osiris. Okay, there's plow. There's a little bit of pressure. Shelty's probably grabbing, yeah, third town center. So you'll be fully booming out. Joe is up Hathor. Yeah, it does look like he is doing the mythic. He should really empower his town center. Oh, he's not. He's making a Migdol. And this is like the worst spot you could ever put a Migdol, and loses a Vil for no reason. You definitely want to empower your town center. Well, maybe he is making a market, but he needs to empower his town center with his Pharaoh. Like, what's the point in rushing this Migdol anyway? Like, he should be empowering the Migdol, or the town center. And Shelty almost at 3 town centers. Is getting in on the rain a little bit as well, and has a lot of cows to eat. Chariots are coming out. You're not doing good work. Hey, who knows? Maybe Joe will pull this game out of the hat, but with the way it's looking, I'm not so sure he will. You also don't get much value out of the Locust versus Atlanteans either, because you're not going to kill Villies with it. Oh, Joe's almost got enough gold to age up. But not quite. There's Osiris, will be up at about 12 minutes. Rock flying over the cliff. Oh, watch out. There you go. Get out of there. Terma's upset. Chariot's looking. Okay, they could potentially, if the chariots sit right here, they could potentially block the villager long enough to kill it. Well, he doesn't have a gold mine to get his fast Titan out of. And Joe just ran right past that Villy. And there's Hyperion. So using we'll use Chaos. Get a mummy or something. So what is Joe's plan at this point? Economically, he doesn't have a whole lot. Well, Shelty doesn't really need to. I mean, there's, when you look about it, when you think about it, where can he even pressure if he wants to, really? I mean, he did what he needed to do, which is push the Ross directly into the base, which didn't hurt. No, you can't Chaos Villies. Ooh, we'll get that, Villy. There you go. Chaos Villas, and then they start building things. That would be awesome. So Joe is up 90%. Mythic. Oh, we have a Locust used on the Villies and the farms. So we'll kill a couple Vills. He's going to be getting... can Lampades Chaos of Vil? I don't think it can.
Into you.
Alrighty, so here is Osiris. Looking really grumpy. Okay, we have Valor being used. Get in on that mummy. And Joe's army is kind of disappeared here. Chariot almost dead, which is meaning Son of Osiris is almost instantly dying. And it's about the shortest Osiris life you'll ever see. And well, that's about the end of that. And the rock goes down. And the rock thunking and splatting on the ground is about equivalent to Joe's chances of winning this tournament. And yeah, Osiris didn't last very long. And that is GG. Well, I'd like to have seen maybe a little bit better of a final game, but Shelty smoked him. Fun meta. What does the meta doesn't even have anything to do with this? Joe like just completely misplayed, starting with the hunting dogs at 15 seconds. So that is it with the tournament. So Shelty is our winner. Well, the rock was flying away because it only had like 20 hit points left, and it was getting targeted. So Wookie logs on just as the series is over. And that is the game. Yeah, he never got a second town center. And his fast mythic was followed by Osiris fast dying. So poor Osiris didn't last very long. And yeah, the 12-minute mythic isn't even very fast either, you're right. So that did not quite work the way Joe thought it would, apparently. And Shelty does break the curse. He has finally beat Joe. So Joe is second place, and Shelty is our champion of the summer tournament. Now, I guess there is a third place match between Skady and Harrow. My anticipation would be that Skady would win. So when that gets played, I'll probably stream those games as well, and then that'll be the loss. But yeah, that was the big one. Madara is correct. The ISIS game 1 loss. Because Joe's non-Egyptian isn't good. So really, for Joe to try to win or expect to win this series, he probably would have needed to win all 3 of his Egyptian games. And he only won 1 of them. And he could have. The second game was so close on Vinlandsaga that he could have won that game. But yeah, losing the game 1 with his ISIS, that's a bad start. So anyway, we will update that last game. Hello, everybody. On our little sheet here. So what was that? Oranos. And we will move the Oranos over to Shelty as it should be, and the Ra to Joe. And that is it. 4 wins for Shelty. So kind of a Shelty sandwich here. Wins the first 2, Joe wins the third, Shelty wins the next 2. And game 5 was on Alfheim. Game 5, Alfheim. But those are some good games. Last one maybe a little bit disappointing, but I guess it did kind of exemplify what exactly was wrong with the strategy that Joe did, which the hunting dogs just not a big fan. You guys are wanting more games. Aren't really any games to play. I'm looking and I'm seeing not a whole lot to get into here. Noobs only, well, that's me. Andy365's got a game. And that's about it. So I don't know. Probably no games. I've got to... My wife has me making... Oh, you know what, guys? Really sad. Let's see how this shows up. I dropped my... I dropped my phone the other day, and even though I have a case on it, look at it, all shattered. And why is Ninja on my phone? Look at it. Tut tut. Dropped my phone and it shattered. Yeah, that was on purpose, I guess. I guess he got mad because he got decayed. Oh, I could maybe get in a... You want me to cast or play? I don't... Casting is kind of rough. I'll play a couple games, maybe. How does that sound? Cracked phone was an omen for Joe losing. How does that even relate, man? Oh, no, I guess they're playing a 1v1. Well, so much for that. Never mind. If I ever played against Chemo, I have just like a few times. It's been a long time though. It was in a... It's been a while since I played him. It might have been the EE League, maybe? I think. It was probably EE League. I played him. What am I going to do? I'm going to play a 1v1. What god do you guys want? Joe, my... My phone is cracked just like Joe got cracked. You want me to be raw? Why? No, I played in 2 EE leagues. I did. Well, maybe it was just 1. I think it was 2. Maybe it was 1. I don't know. Yeah, Skatey Shelty, that was the best series of the tournament for sure. For sure, that was a really good series. Well, this guy takes forever to host up, I guess. Play a god I'm bad with, so I'm tempted to play more games. Well, I don't think the guy I'm playing is that great either, so maybe we can see some kind of rough 1v1 games. So oh, that's the wrong one. I always pick the wrong screens. But anyway, guys, as far as like recording games to stream, so there will be the 3rd place match for the tournament, which I'll stream. I don't know where this guy is. Where does this take forever to host or what? But RTS League will be starting the playoffs this week, so we'll have some team playoff games in RTS League to go over. We'd have, I don't know why this guy's taking so long to host, but we'll have the 2 UCA teams playing each other, and then DOD will be playing against ONU. Can't we do a team game? Well, we could if there were players to play against. How in the world is this guy's game? Oh, there it is. This guy told me to go in slow, okay? I usually do that. Not a problem, my man. Alright. Well, this is the guy who played against Ghost Lake, and then I decayed him. So what do you guys want me to be? I've seen a few. Somebody wanted Loki. Maybe I'll do Bill Rush him with Zeus. I'll do Loki. Why not? Ooh, frozen ways. Oh, well, I'm doing Loki. Loki v Isis, I would say, is a very poor matchup for me. Man, the way I play Loki, though, is sexy. And watch. I can't even click my units. Dang it, this guy lags. Remember the one time you guys forced me to, well, Loki might play well against or Isis, but not when Loki is being played by me. Though this isn't a bad map, I suppose. Oh. For Loki. Let's get the other goat here. There we go. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, one time you guys made me play Loki. I told me I couldn't ever press one of these buttons, and then like 4 minutes into the game, I accidentally pressed one of the buttons, and the chat went wild. I think that was Sigma who maybe noticed it, or maybe it was somebody else. I don't know. Oh, there's some more goats up there. Wall off his gold mines. I guess I could. See how I'm shooting these caribou with my town center to save some time. And my hunt is like spread super far apart though. Like one hunt spawn is there and the other one is like on the as far away of the other side as it can be. I feel like I could probably forward build a little bit. Right, pointlessly here. That protects really nothing, but I'll do it anyway. Alrighty. 2 town centers right smack in the middle of the map. Wow. Guess I'll just have to go over here. Should maybe see where his hunt is. I could potentially try to snag that. Alrighty, well, oh no, you're going the wrong way. I need you on the wood. And yeah. Oh, I don't have enough food. He's ears. I love chicks. The way he pronounces some things, that really entertains me. It does? What a perv. Chicks is a perv. Kill the priest. Oh! Dang it. Well, this sucks. Whoa! They're killing my ox cart. He's stupid. Now I'm housed. Run! Run! No, he's dead. Dang it. All is not lost. Just a very brief setback. He advanced much faster than I anticipated. Where are his villies? Kill the antibite. You guys, dwarves, can stop that. What's this relic? Oh, well, pick it off. Why not? Well, if I can't have that hunt, neither can you. So sucks to be you. I really don't want to build that. What is going on with my wood? Oh yeah! Get an iron jar pointlessly over here. Get out of here with that trash.
Skipan, átrás. Já, ég vil. Hver er þar? Átrás. Já, átrás. Skipan, ég vil. Skipan. Tilbúin. Átrás. Já. Tilbúin. Veiðimaður. Já, hver er það? Veiðimaður. Tilbúin. Já, átrás.
He was hunting there again. You know. I don't know why he didn't just like fast heroic off of what happened. Oh yeah, another troll, yes. Oh, look at that, I was right on top of that. Surround him and don't kill anybody. Yes. That's what I like to see. I also like to click on my town center and see that it's not training units. That's also pretty awesome. Two trolls standing guard. You know, let's build a house here. Nah. Oh, these guys can. Oh! Oh, yeah, I did have the Vil counter. I had to get rid of it to use the
Já, fyrir þar. Fyrir þar. Já, fyrir þar. Já,
Hold on, I'm trying to think here.
Fyrir þar. Samþykkt. Skip tilbúin. Samþykkt. Atrá. Já, ég skipa. Já, samþykkt.
Dang it, now what are these guys gonna do?
Já, ég vil. Já. Fyrir þar. Já, skipa.
Like I have all these units kind of not accomplishing anything. Yeah, so when I updated my UI to not have the recorded game thing, I need to update to get that and build a couple of houses. Now, you guys are pretty much fully HP'd up. Alright, he's trapped. Yeah, cool. Suck it. Yeah, running defense over there. Whoa, how long have they been idle? Jeez, I don't know. Never seen anything like that in my life. I need RC? Okay, alright. I never make RC as Loki. This is very strange. Wish I knew my hotkey for RC. RC Cola. Is this a flaming weapons worth attack here? What do you think? I guess he doesn't have... Yeah, I thought he had that too, but he went Anubis. Where is this hero? I can't even see this hero. There it is. Alright, well, I guess I survived for now. Oh, make some more farms. My favorite to play, probably Poseidon. Look at all these clowns here. You're all stuck in each other. Get out of here. Now what? Like what's going on now?
Já, samþykkt. Tilbúin, satt. Skipan.
Oh, that was a nice frost giant. Let's kill the pharaoh. Oh my goodness. All right. Yes! I survived.
Skipan.
Oh, I do have spy, don't I? Here come the board. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I know. I never got Hall of Thanes. Oh, never mind. That's not Hall of Thanes. Spy the Pharaoh.
Skipan.
What is that? You guys. Okay. Whoa.
Satt. Hver það? Skipan.
Dang it! These serpents are still here.
Já, ég vil. Samþykkt. Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Tilbúin. Ég vil. Ég vil. Fyrir ráð. Já. Rás. Ég vil. Já. Fyrir ráð. Samþykkt. Skipimbursveit. Tilbúin. Já. Tilbúin. Orrustuslag. Fyrir orrustuslag. Tilbúin. Orrustuslag. Já.
I can't shoot him. Nah. Can't get me. I really need some more military buildings or something, though. What is this? Oh.
Skipan. Ég samþykkt. Já. Samþykkt. Já. Til orrustuslag. Ég vil orrustuslag. Já. Ég vil.
Finish building. My eco is so jacked. Oh crap.
Hver það? Ádrás.
Hver er þar? Skipan.
Timbursveit. Ádrás.
Tilbúin. Já. Tilbúin. Ég vil. Já. Hver er þar?
Tilbúin. Ádrás.
Já. Skipan. Hver er þar?
This game just really entertained me. Alright, how would I clear up these last few, Whoa! Yeah, I know. Oh, I need to mark it. This is a low value fight here. Jeez.
Já.
You know what? What are my villies for but for fighting?
Já.
Get out of here with all that. Retreat! Retreat! Who is still making villagers? I don't need any more vills. I got way too many anyway. Oh, rain a mountain giant. Did he not scout that or something? Yeah, I can heal him up now. It's not even worth it, but I will. Are you really true, Loki? Why do I have all these resources? Oh, random mummy. Okay. How's my mountain giant coming along? Who's more useful? Son of Osiris or Nidhogg? What do I care about all my vills up there anyway? Oh yeah, roast these chariots. See this? Uh-huh. He doesn't know what's coming. Yeah! Now watch this. Where does Osiris go anyway? Oh, here he is. I got him spied. That's cool. Ooh. Oh, kill. Where are you guys going? Oh yeah, he can't even mine. I just destroyed that. Oh yeah. Nitty, get out of here.
Hver er það?
Man, you just can't stop this. But what else am I going to use the rams for? Of course I had to ram the siege tower. Ooh. Ooh. Nidhogg versus Son of Osiris, starting now. Ding 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 ding. Get him, Nitty. Boom! That was a game, though, man. Man, oh, the mummy. What a game, guys. Man, I can see why Green Sea had to play him for get up in the ratings, because that was close. Yeah, well, we could see who won that. Nidhogg versus Osiris. He really valued coming over here on my gold miners, and then I just smashed everything else. But what a game. Look at my villager count. 101 vills, like I'm Egyptian or something. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. Probably could have won if he would have kept like attacking. Like he had 43 military when I had 16. Whoa. Well, he just knew the inevitable. All right. Well, that was Loki. Man, what a game. I'll play one more game. One more. So, yes, I won 5 points. What got for the second game, guys? Zeus? Oh, that's the wrong one. Where is it? There we are. Hey, what's up, Carlo? Khabib over Connor. Now, was that you, Sigma, spreading that story about Green Sea and his mom? Like, how does anybody like even confirm that even happened? Like, let's be real. I don't believe it. What is going on with this thing? All right, well, that game got me all wet and sweaty. Oh my goodness. Whew. Man. Oh, that's wrong. Man. I like need to take a breather after that. Whew. All right, game 1. We'll only do 2 ones. And you guys talking about boxing or whatever it is, MMA, I guess. What is going on with my overlay? Yo, what's up, Aya? You missed my, I could beat it. Oh man, I could take him blindfolded. Alright, what do you wanted? Zeus this time? Zeus it shall be. Your wish is my command. Oh wait, Zeus. Those MMA guys too. Oh man, how many bus windows has Connor thrown chairs through anyway? You know what? Though he probably threw a chair, kind of like this one through a bus window. How much would you guys give me money if I threw my chair through my window, like right over here, and just pretended I was Connor, and then just started yelling and screaming because I'm like 5'2", and my IQ is about 20, but I could hit, punch, pop, pop, pop. You know what, guys? The reason I sit on this chair is because it was Conor McGregor's chair that he threw through the bus window. All right. Yes, it's even signed by him. No, this isn't wrong. What in the world? Signed by McGregor, and there's still a few glass shards in it too. $3. That's it. My window would probably cost me at least like $200. Alfheim. Oh my goodness. All right, quick guys. What do I do? At the WDO, where you eat chairs where you whack them and they just like crumple. I think I know what to do here. I pressure early with my heroes, grab town centers like player, and win. Ooh. Cyclops rush? As Zeus? Let me take a look at my tech tree here. Cyclops. Nope. Sorry. Oh, how about I get hunting dogs? Okay, you cows shall scout the back. This one will run around the berry pines. Ooh, relic. How is he done already? I'm not seeing a ton of hunt. It's all like little stuff. There you go. Look at that. Oh yeah. Keep running. Yeah, I keep my cows on some strict exercise regimes. He is going MMA, by the way. That cow. Wouldn't it be awesome? I would pay to watch Conor McGregor fight a cow. Who wouldn't? Conor McGregor against Bessie the cow. She's kind of clumsy, but she's got a mean left hoof. Look how poor this hunt is. Like there's Yeah, I know. You got to keep your cows smooth and relaxed. Not that I live on a dairy. That cow cartoon movie. No, no. I'm gonna have to say no. I grew up with cows, albeit they were just for beef. What is this? That's my hunt. I really want to be advancing, but I've got so many vills not on food right now that I'm kind of just like stuck in non-advanced land. So what do I do? You. Run away! Barnyard. Yeah, never heard of it. I don't know if I really want him watching movies where animals are punching each other, though. You know what? Forget it. Really good meaning. That punch had a really good meaning. Well, get him! Alright. Scout comes in for the kill. The scout! Now that clown has to wander all the way around over there. Oh, that Anubite is really doing some work on my centaur there. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, that was a surprise to me. I almost lost to him last game. Yeah! Oh yes, and I get this relic. Hey, I want that relic.
Βούλομαι. Ετοίμος. Ναι. Έστω. Βούλομαι. Έστω.
Έτοιμη. Λέγε ναι.
Προσεχέ. Βούλομαι.
Μάλιστα. Βούλουμε. Μάλιστα.
I don't think this guy's really that bad though.
Έτοιμος. Μάλιστα. Φρυτόμος. Πρόσεχε.
I am with this eco management.
Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε. Ναι.
Oh crap.
Θηρευτής.
Πρόσταγμα. Εισβολή. Θηρευτής. Λέγε. Βούλουμε. Πρόσεχε.
You guys are trolling me.
Πρόσεχε. Πρόσεχε. Πρόσταγμα. Βούλουμε.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα. Πρόσεχε. Βούλουμε. Μάλιστα. Μεταλλεύς.
Okay, these spears are almost here.
Ναι. Μάλιστα. Λέγε. Έστω.
Zville somehow ended up on the wrong side of the.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλουμε. Λέγε. Πρόσεχε. Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα.
Έτοιμη.
Έτοιμος. Πρόσεχε. Έτοιμος. Μάλιστα. Θηρευτής. Ναι. Μάλιστα. Πρόσεχε. Ναι.
Here, you know what? I'll make it faster.
Ναι. Βούλουμε.
Λέγε.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλουμε. Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα. Βούλουμε. Πρόσεχε. Έστω. Βούλουμε. Έστω. Πρόσεχε. Βούλουμε.
Λέγε. Έστω. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα. Λέγε.
Repair the wall.
Λέγε.
Έτοιμος. Εισβολή. Καλώς.
Έτοιμη.
Alright,
Βούλομαι.
get out of here.
Έστω. Έτοιμη. Πρόσταγμα.
No, it doesn't.
Εισβολή. Πρόσταγμα. Λέγε. Πρόσταγμα. Βούλουμε. Μάλιστα. Βούλουμε.
Okay, I'm trying to age up without having to make a military unit.
Λέγε. Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα. Έστω. Βούλομαι.
Λέγε. Ναι. Μάλιστα.
Έτοιμη.
Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλουμε. Λέγε. Βούλουμε. Έτοιμος. Ναι.
That one was a better relic anyway. I don't remember what it was,
Πρόσεχε. Βούλομαι.
but it's better.
Πρόσεχε.
Okay, time to wall up the map. Right there.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλουμε. Ναι. Έστω. Βούλουμε. Έστω. Ναι. Ναι.
Έτοιμη. Ναι.
Έτοιμος. Βούλουμε.
Έτοιμη. Λέγε.
Λέγε. Έστω.
Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα. Λέγε. Βούλουμε. Πρόσεχε.
Maybe,
Έτοιμη.
oh,
Πρόσεχε.
drop off, lady. There you go.
Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα. Λέγε. Έστω. Πρόσταγμα.
Underworld.
Έτοιμος. Βούλουμε.
Λέγε.
Dang it. Forget it.
Πρόσεχε. Έτοιμος. Έστω. Έτοιμος. Ναι. Ναι.
Λέγε. Έστω. Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα. Μάλιστα.
Λέγε. Ναι.
Λέγε. Ετοίμος. Βούλομαι. Βούλομαι. Έστω. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσεχε. Έστω. Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα. Βούλουμε. Βούλουμε.
How many walls is this guy making?
Πρόσεχε.
This is like a terrible granary spot, but
Πρόσταγμα.
you know what?
Μάλιστα.
What's it really matter?
Πρόσεχε. Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα.
I need to get my eco upgrade, so like this one. I'm already at full bills.
Λέγε. Μάλιστα. Έστω.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλομαι.
Μάλιστα. Λέγε.
I'm already at pop.
Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι.
Βούλομαι. Τόμος.
Λέγε.
Έτσι. Μάλιστα. Έστω.
No, he didn't advance quite yet.
Λέγε. Έστω. Πρόσεχε. Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα.
Hey, True Loki,
Μάλιστα.
you can't stop this.
Λέγε. Έστω. Μάλιστα.
Watch.
Ετοίμους. Μάλιστα. Ετοίμους. Μάλιστα. Ετοίμους. Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσεχε. Ναι. Λέγε. Έστω. Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι. Ετοίμους. Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσεχε. Ναι. Έστω. Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσεχε. Ναι. Βούλομαι. Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσεχε. Τόμος. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα. Μεταλλεύς.
Πρόσταγμα.
Hey!
Μάλιστα. Ετοίμους. Λέγε. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα.
Ετοίμους. Ναι. Έστω. Βούλομαι. Έστω.
You can hide change your scene in OBS. I don't use a hotkey, so I don't know.
Ναι.
Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα.
So, no clue.
Ναι. Βούλομαι. Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσεχε. Ναι.
Oh yeah, Pharaoh, you come out here. Oh yeah. Good Pharaoh. Oh man.
Λέγε.
Μάλιστα.
Ετοίμους. Πρόσταγμα.
Βούλομαι.
Man, I'm teching up.
Λέγε. Βούλομαι. Πρόσταγμα.
I probably should be a little more aggressive right now.
Βούλομαι.
Λέγε, πρόσταγμα, καλώς, εισβολή.
Why I need masons when I play like this, man? Look at this.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι.
Λέγε, εισβολή, πρόσταγμα. Λέγε, πρόσταγμα, εισβολή. Ορθώς, βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσεχε. Ναι.
Πρόσταγμα, εισβολή, πρόσταγμα, εισβολή.
Λέγε.
Μάλιστα.
Thought I told you to go run down there and build a wall. Or a market or something. Oh yeah, the defensive.
Εισβολή. Έτοιμος. Χώρο.
Πρόσεχε. Ναι. Ετοίμους.
Πρόσταγμα, βούλομαι.
Λέγε. Ναι. Μεταλλεύς.
Πρόσταγμα. Λέγε, εισμάχη, εισβολή.
Oh, you keep retreating.
Πρόσταγμα. Χώρο. Λέγε, εισμάχην.
Ετοίμους. Βούλομαι.
Έτοιμος. Εισμάχην. Λέγε, εισμάχην. Λέγε, καλώς. Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Εισβολή. Λέγε, εισμάχην. Πρόσταγμα. Εισβολή. Λέγε, βούλομαι. Πρόσταγμα. Έτοιμος. Πρόσταγμα.
Λέγε. Ναι.
Λέγε, βούλομαι.
Έτοιμη. Μάλιστα.
Λέγε, έτοιμος. Χώρο, καλώς. Λέγε, ορθώς.
Βούλομαι. Ναι.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα.
Λέγε, χώρο, καλώς. Εισβολή. Χώρο. Πρόσταγμα. Έτοιμος. Έτοιμος. Βούλομαι. Έτοιμος. Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσταγμα. Έτοιμος. Ορθώς. Βούλος. Εισμάχην. Χώρο.
Λέγε. Έστω. Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσεχε. Τόμος.
Not gonna move my screen until I train a caravan. Thank you.
Λέγε, ορθώς.
Kind of was disastrous.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα.
Εισβολή. Εισμάχην. Έτοιμος. Χώρο. Εισβολή. Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα. Καλώς.
Dang it.
Λέγε πρόσταγμα φάνη. Έτοιμος, ορθός. Έτοιμος, πρόσταγμα ορθός.
Λέγε έστω. Μάλιστα, βούλομαι.
Έτοιμος, λέγε.
It's down here. You know what? Change of attack plan.
Πρόσταγμα βούλομαι. Λέγε φρικτόμος.
Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσταγμα. Ναι, βούλομαι.
Λέγε.
Λέγε. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα ορθός. Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσταγμα βούλομαι. Φάνη. Βούλομαι.
I don't know why he even built his trade down there, though.
Έτοιμος. Εισβολή. Έτοιμος. Ορθός. Έτοιμος. Έστω. Ναι.
Whoa!
Ισμάχη. Χώρος.
Λέγε έστω. Βούλομαι. Έτοιμη.
Πρόσεχε βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσταγμα ορθός. Ισμάχη.
Πρόσεχε.
Λέγε εισβολή. Χώρο.
Get him! Get him! Get him! Oh man!
Λέγε ορθός. Έτοιμος. Φάνη.
What's going on up here?
Λέγε ορθός.
All right, get out of there. I feel like lightning storm's more fun.
Πρόσταγμα. Λέγε. Μάλιστα. Ναι. Έστω.
Πρόσεχε. Ρητόμος. Μάλιστα.
Λέγε.
Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσεχε. Λέγε. Ναι. Πρόσταγμα. Φριτόμος. Με μερέλες.
Λέγε βούλομαι. Φάνη. Ορθός. Βούλομαι.
All right, now it's time to start spreading the map.
Έτοιμος. Βούλομαι. Λέγε. Φριτόμος. Λέγε. Βούλομαι. Ναι. Πρόσταγμα.
I'm not gonna make a Titan.
Λέγε. Βούλομαι.
Λέγε. Πρόσεχε. Ναι. Ναι. Βούλομαι. Μάλιστα. Έστω.
Πρόσεχε. Πρόσεχε. Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσεχε. Ναι. Έτοιμος. Μάλιστα. Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσεχε.
Yeah, I bolted a pharaoh. It was really high value.
Έτοιμη. Ρητόμος. Μάλιστα.
Βούλομαι.
Oh, they are AFK. This is why I stream. You guys help me out so much.
Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσεχε. Εισβολή.
Έτοιμος. Έτοιμος. Πρόσεχε.
Finish this wall.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα. Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσεχε. Πρόσεχε. Ναι. Ναι. Έτοιμη.
Έτοιμος. Πρόσταγμα. Μάχη. Λέγε. Λέγε. Καλώς. Λέγε. Βούλος.
Boom! Snap! Crackle! Pop!
Λέγε.
Έτσι. Βούλομαι. Έστω.
Λέγε. Ναι. Με μεταλλές.
Βούλομαι.
Λέγε. Βούλος.
Λέγε.
Dang it.
Πρόσεχε.
I have no eco.
Πρόσταγμα. Ναι. Βούλος. Μάχη. Πρόσταγμα. Εισβολή. Λέγε. Ορθός.
Πρόσεχε, ναι, βούλομαι.
Βούλουμε. Πρόσταγμα.
Λέγε, εισβολή.
Πρόσεχε. Εισβολή. Πρόσεχε. Εισβολή.
He's really doing that to my villies.
Πρόσταγμα. Έστω. Έστω. Εις μάχην. Έστω. Λέγε. Εισβολή. Λέγε. Καλώς. Καλώς. Πρόσταγμα.
Μάλιστα. Καλό.
Λέγε. Καλώς. Λέγε. Εις μάχην.
Έτοιμη, μάλιστα.
Πρόσεχε. Έστω.
Έτοιμη, μάλιστα. Βούλομαι. Έστω.
Oh, ceasefire. You're right, I do have that.
Λέγε.
Έτοιμος. Ναι.
Πρόσταγμα. Ορθός.
Πρόσεχε.
Έτοιμος. Έστω.
Πρόσταγμα. Έτοιμη. Ναι.
I've probably gotten enough caravans to last me a while.
Λέγε. Πρόσταγμα. Βολή. Έτοιμος. Βούλομαι. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε.
Βούλομαι. Φρυτόμος. Βούλουμε. Βούλουμε.
Έτοιμος.
Λέγε. Λελέχ.
Πρόσταγμα. Καλώς.
How many units do you suppose I'm like
Λέγε.
sending into their doom here?
Λέγε. Βούλουμε. Αλέχ.
You know, what do I care if he gets that?
Πρόσταγμα. Ορθός. Καλώς.
Έτοιμη. Μάλιστα.
Πάνω.
I don't have idle bill. I'm on top of everything here. This middle is so like compacted.
Πρόσταγμα.
Oh, son of Osiris is kind of in the wrong spot here.
Πρόσταγμα. Λέγε. Εισβολή. Λέγε. Πρόσταγμα. Εισβολή. Εις μάχη. Καλώς. Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα. Καλώς. Καλώς. Λέγε. Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσταγμα. Καλώς. Εισβολή.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα. Έστω.
Λέγε. Έστω. Καλώς.
Έτοιμη. Ναι, μάλιστα.
I wish I had a hotkey for my unique unit, but I don't.
Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσταγμα.
What is going on down here?
Πρόσταγμα. Εισβολή.
Μάλιστα. Μάλιστα.
Έστω.
Έτοιμος. Καλώς. Βούλομαι. Πάνι.
Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα.
Okay, what can I get here? Oh, Oracle. Oh. Monstrous Rage. Okay.
Λέγε. Εις μάχη. Εισβολή. Καλώς.
I need to buy resources.
καλός.
Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσεχε. Πρόσεχε.
No Titans.
Πρόσταγμα, λέγε, εισβολή. Μάχη. Λέγε,
Λέγε.
Blight didn't quit YouTube.
Βούλομαι.
Έτοιμος. Βούλομαι. Λέγε. Βούλομαι. Ναι. Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι. Έτοιμος. Βούλομαι. Πρόσταγμα. Τριτόμ.
ετοίμους. Εισβολή.
These like heroes are fighting his whole army.
Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα.
Hmm.
Λέγε. Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι.
Λέγε, καλός. Πρόσταγμα, βούλομαι.
Oh no, you don't.
Έτοιμος, έτοιμος.
Can I shoot from in here? Dang it. I can't go through the gate because I...
Έτοιμη. Μάλιστα.
Πρόσταγμα.
You could sub on YouTube.
Λέγε. Τριτόμ.
Πρόσεχε.
Λέγε. Λέγε.
Πρόσταγμα. Έτοιμη. Πρόσταγμα.
Λέγε,
This game sucks.
Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσεχε. Τριτόμ. Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι. Έστω.
Okay. No Titan.
έτοιμος. Καλός. Εισβολή.
Λέγε. Λέγε. Μάλιστα. Πρόσεχε. Λέγε. Πρόσεχε.
I guess I have Ceasefire and Underworld, don't I? And a bunch of idle hoplites down here.
Εις μάχη.
Boy would do a road to #1 on Voobly, but
Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσταγμα. Εις μάχη. Πρόσταγμα.
delete, 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 delete. There we go.
Έτοιμος. Πρόσταγμα, ορθός. Πρόσταγμα, μάλιστα.
Λέγε. Βούλομαι.
Επάνω, βούλο, πρόσεχε.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλομαι.
What is Osiris still doing down here anyway?
Πρόσεχε. Εισβολή.
Πρόσταγμα. Χώρο. Λέγε, λέγε, εισβολή. Λέγε,
Εισβολή.
λέγε, σμάχη. Έτοιμο. Πρόσταγμα, σμάχη. Έτοιμο. Καλός.
No Titan.
Λέγε. Πρόσεχε, λέγε. Πρόσταγμα, εισβολή, εισβολή.
Look at this. I got Vills. What do I need Titans for?
Καλός. Λέγε, βούλομαι.
I think he forgot his Osiris is down here killing my wall.
Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσταγμα. Καλός.
Έτοιμος. Βούλομαι.
Έτοιμο. Βούλομαι. Πρόσταγμα, τι λέγε. Εισβολή.
Okay, this guy needs to come intercept Osiris. Oh, 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 get on him! Get on him! He's almost dead! Victory! What?
Έτοιμη. Εισβολή. Λέγε ναι. Εισβολή.
Έτοιμος. Έστω.
Έτοιμη. Μάλιστα. Έτοιμη. Μάλιστα. Έτοιμη.
Πρόσεχε. Μάλιστα. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλομαι.
Έτοιμος. Μάλιστα.
Λέγε.
Πρόσεχε.
Λέγε. Λέγε. Έστω. Λέγε. Βούλομαι. Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Έστω.
You know what?
Μάλιστα.
Έτοιμος.
I've kind of lost interest in this.
Ναι. Βούλομαι.
Έτοιμος. Πάνω. Χώρο. Εισβολή. Πρόσεχε. Ισμάχη.
Okay.
Πρόσεχε. Καλώς. Ισμάχη. Πρόσεχε. Εισβολή. Καλώς. Ισμάχη. Λέγε. Έτοιμος. Εισβολή. Καλώς.
Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσταγμα.
Έτοιμος. Πρόσεχε. Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα. Πρόσεχε. Εισβολή. Λέγε. Εισβολή.
Λέγε. Ισμάχη.
Λέγε. Εισβολή.
What, is he aging up Titan now or something?
Πρόσεχε.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Πρόσεχε. Πρόσεχε. Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Πρόσταγμα. Λέγε.
This wall is in my way.
Πρόσεχε. Βούλομαι. Βούλομαι.
Τόμος. Εισβολή.
Λέγε.
Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι. Ναι. Εισβολή.
No, I'm doing it this way because I can.
Λέγε. Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσταγμα. Έστω.
Λέγε. Ισμάχη.
Oh my goodness, I can't even get the last military upgrade.
Λέγε.
Πρόσταγμα. Μάλιστα.
Yeah, why haven't I gotten pigeons?
Έτοιμη. Πρόσταγμα. Βούλομαι.
Έτοιμος.
Λέγε.
You know, I could probably come up here.
Έτοιμη.
If his score is higher, that's cheap.
Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσεχε. Εισβολή.
Πρόσεχε. Εισβολή. Έτοιμη.
Έτοιμος. Ισμάχη. Εισβολή. Λέγε. Ισμάχη. Εισβολή. Έτοιμος.
Πρόσταγμα.
Έτοιμος. Εισβολή. Λέγε. Πρόσταγμα. Ισμάχη.
No, I don't lose. Look at this guy.
Καλώς. Έτοιμος. Πρόσταγμα. Καλώς. Ισμάχη. Λέγε. Ισμάχη. Λέγε. Καλώς. Πρόσταγμα.
His army's all in the wrong spot. He needs Underworld. Here, I'll give it to him. Oh, I can't.
Πρόσταγμα όρο.
Πρόσεχε. Έτοιμοι.
Πρόσταγμα.
Έτοιμοι.
Έτοιμο. Όρο. Εισβολή.
Look, what's his army doing up there? Nothing.
Πρόσεχε.
Even his golden lions are out of position.
Πρόσταγμα. Εισβολή. Βούλομαι.
Πρόσταγμα.
Έτοιμοι. Εισβολή. Πρόσταγμα. Εισβολή. Βούλομαι. Έτοιμοι. Βούλομαι. Εισβολή.
I need food.
Πρόσταγμα.
And now I need gold.
Μάλιστα.
Don't even need ceasefire. Jeez. I like the other game more.
Πρόσεχε.
He ended up with a higher score than me. How did he have like a lot of resources or something? No, he didn't. Did I already cast the finals? I did. They were at the beginning of the series, Mr. Milotlades Agristopoulos. Way back at the beginning. Team game now? What time is it? I probably got to be done. Yeah, I'd better be done. Sorry, Mr. Boyd. But that game there took a lot out of me. It really did. It just like reached a middle point where it just kind of became a big old scrum there in the middle. You know all about scrums. You know, when I was young in college, there always used to be scrums coming around me. All these women would just leap on top of me. Anyway, good. I won 4 points for that. Oh. Man. Well, I appreciate all you guys who watched me. It was awesome. I'm really good. So, yeah, I appreciate all you guys. Good morning, Blade Runner. Well, you're coming in just as I'm ending the stream, my man. Well, I'm sorry for that. You can always rewind and watch the beginning and pretend like I'm still here, you know. But, well, thanks for watching, my buddies and friends. And for those of you that have been around all night, I hope you guys enjoyed the tournament stream at the beginning of the stream. And then I got 2 games in where I actually won. Best. I'm so good. Old school age mythology. He's talking mad trash on YouTube. I need to change this so that YouTube guys can't be in my chat anymore. Because, yes, finals were at the beginning of the stream. The very beginning at like 00:30. And then I played a couple games. So thanks for watching, everybody. Man, 3.5 hours. Oh my goodness. I need to make biscuits for breakfast. Like homemade biscuits. Like butter biscuits. Make it from flour, scratch, everything. So I'm pretty excited. We're going to have some egg sandwiches and bacon and probably some hash browns maybe. It's going to be good. So appreciate everybody that tuned in. And I'll catch you guys. I'm working the next couple of nights. Shortbread? Nah, she gave me a biscuit recipe. So I'm doing the biscuits. But I'm working the next 2 nights. I'll be back Wednesday. night. So in 3 days, I'll be around for something. Probably. But, man, I don't know what I'm going to stream now that all the tournament games are done. But, yeah, she said biscuits, not shortbread. So I'll see all you guys later. And I appreciate everything that you guys do. And have a good week. It's Monday, isn't it? So yeah, have a good week, guys. And I'll catch you later. So bye all for now. And that is it. And that is all.